Please rise and help us honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Give you a second to remove your caps here.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Out there on the mound right now is Cruz from the Longview All-Stars, gonna throw our ceremonial first pitch. Let it rip. All right.
Good evening and welcome to David Story Field at Lower Columbia College in Longview, Washington. My name is Zach Smolin, here to take you through all the action between your Cowlitz Black Bears and the visiting Wenatchee Apple Sox. The Black Bears come into this game on the heels of their 7-5 victory yesterday against these Apple Sox and will look to take the rubber game in today's affair. Now, the Black Bears have not won a series against Wenatchee since 2017. That was from July 11th to 13th. It was actually a sweep on the road in Wenatchee. So the Black Bears will look to make history today with their first series win against the Apple Sox, again, in 4 seasons. They'll do it with Tyson Guerrero on the mound. The University of Washington left-hander is 0-0 on this season in 1 appearance, with a 3.60 ERA and 6 strikeouts. He looked really good in Game 1 against Corvallis, and the Cowlitz Black Bears, though, were unable to score enough runs behind him. He did not get the decision in that game as they were able to keep it close early, but Corvallis was able to hit on their bullpen. So let's see what Guerrero can do today against this Wenatchee Apple Sox lineup. They will send up Justin Simpson to get things going with Dakota Duffalo, or second base, and Dakota Duffalo will be in right field hitting second. Adam Grobe, the shortstop, hits third with the cleanup man, Tino Bethencourt, at third base. Luke Stuka, the first baseman, hits fifth with Aiden Selfridge in left field in the sixth spot. Colin Villegas, the catcher, is in the 7 hole with Zach Togalia, the DH, hitting eighth. And rounding out the order, batting ninth, is Enzo Apodaca. The Apple Sox come into this game hitting just .213 as a squad, but a .345 on base percentage, thanks to their league-leading 75 walks. They are slugging a very low .291 this season. So a lot of base hits to be expected out of this Wenatchee team, though they do have 2 big boppers in the middle of the order in Grove and Bethencourt that have combined for 5 home runs in the young season. And we'll see what they can do against Tyson Guerrero. The Cowlitz Black Bears come into today's game with Very nice and tidy team ERA of 3.99. So just under the 4 mark. And for a staff, that's not too bad. A little under 4 runs a game, especially when your offense scores about 5 1/4 per contest. So now stepping up to the plate is going to be Justin Simpson, a switch hitter. He is batting from the right-handed side. We haven't seen him do that so far in this series. So he digs in, gets ready to go. And Simpson is ready. Guerrero is ready. Let's do it here in Longview. First pitch from Tyson is upstairs above the belt for a ball. 1-0. We are underway here at David Story Field at 6:33 p.m. Simpson made a pinch running appearance in yesterday's game. He came around to score as he takes a strike down and inside. 1-1 coming up. Your umpires for today's contest, as they've been for this entire series: Jordan Smart moves from the field behind home plate for his second game, and Eric Swift is your field umpire. And Guerrero on the way, kicks, delivers, swing and a miss, and Simpson hacks right through that one. 1 ball and 2 strikes coming up to him. Now the Black Bears were able to, as a staff, punch out 13 Apple Sox yesterday. That was the most that the Apple Sox had struck out since June 12th, or rather no, since June 10th. My mistake. Against the Walla Walla Sweets, as this one's going to be hit right up the middle, and that's going to go through for a base hit. So Simpson starts the game off with a bang, a base hit with nobody out, as Dakota Duffalo will make his way up.
Up now is number 27.
Duffalo 11 for 44 in 12 games. 250 average with 1 double, 3 runs batted in, 3 walks, but 10 strikeouts for him. They have 132 strikeouts in 14 games as a team. And that is 9.4 per contest. And the Black Bears are a high strikeout team, so we'll see if they can match that and have another big double-digit game against Wenatchee here, as Guerrero misses down and in with his fastball. 1-0. And again, Guerrero looks sharp, carving up a very tough Corvallis lineup in his first start at home here for the Black Bears. As he deals the next one, fastball, that's a strike, up and in. 1-1 coming up. The Apple Sox wearing their navy blue jerseys with Wenatchee across the front in block letters, also numbers on the bottom in block letters as well. Both of those trimmed in white. Red numbers on the back, also trimmed in white with gray pants. Navy blue socks and navy blue batting helmets, as Guerrero misses high and outside with the changeup. 2-1. The Apple Sox also with their navy blue caps with red brims and the Wenatchee Apple Sox diamond smack dab in the middle of the face. So Duffalo led off yesterday, now in the 2 spot with Simpson aboard. He's going to try to take second. Here's the throw from Martin. The tag from Nishida. He is out. Dawson Martin with the cannon from behind home plate. And Justin Simpson gets gunned down attempting to take second base for out number 1. So Simpson is out, but he's hanging out over there at second base, as now Ian Sanderson going to have a chat. I really don't think that there's much to be talked about right here. The throw beat him, the tag beat him. Nishida has a quick tag over there at second base. Well, while they're having their discussion, let's meet the rest of the Black Bears defense, shall we? Henry Mensch is in left field with Jacob Stinson in center. Toriano Sweet gets the start in right. Nathan Martinez mans the hot corner at third base with Brock Bozet at short, or Brozette at short. Riku Nishida at second base, and Jaden Shepard over at first. Behind the plate is Dawson Martin, and on the mound is Tyson Guerrero, as his catcher immediately erased the leadoff single that he surrendered. So the pitch was a ball there as the 3-1 coming in, and this is fouled over on the right side and out of play. And also out of the ballpark over there, as there's a small travel baseball team, a young travel baseball team hanging out here from Longview. Wearing red, white, and blue. Actually, their jerseys almost look exactly like Wenatchee's. So payoff pitch coming up for Guerrero. Martin sets up down and inside. Here's the 3-2. This is popped up again over on the right side, so those young fans over there will have another opportunity to grab a souvenir, and the count will stay full. This will be the final game of this 3-game set against the Apple Sox. who come into this game with a 7-7 record. They're 2.5 games behind the Northern Division leaders in the Yakima Valley Pippins, and the Black Bears are 5-6 in the WCL, but 9-6-1 overall, as Duffalo takes a pitch off the plate and he will walk. So they essentially replace base runners over at first base with one man on, one down now.
10, Adam Grove.
The Black Bears are 3.5 games behind the leaders, but are tied for third currently with the Portland Pickles, both teams at 5-6. So here comes Adam Grove to the plate. Grove hitting .327, highest batting average among qualified starters or qualified batters for the Apple Sox. 16 hits and 49 at-bats, 8 runs scored, 4 doubles, 2 homers, 12 runs batted in, as Guerrero's first pitch, a fastball, goes in on the hands in the count 1-0. Nishida and Bozette pinched up the middle for that double play ball, as Dakota Duffalo, he's the guy that can run, waiting over there on first base. He has 2 steals and as many attempts. And then Simpson, who was caught, that was the first time he was caught this season. Another fastball, misses away this time, 2-0. So Guerrero's thrown 13 pitches, 6 of them for strikes. As the right-handed hitter gets ready to go. Grove was held without a hit in yesterday's game. Next offering to him, Martin, able to frame that one for a strike on the outside corner. 2 balls and 1 strike. And Dawson Martin is every pitcher's best friend. He is an excellent pitch framer behind home plate. He can steal a couple of strikes for you each and every game. The 2-1 comes up with 1 down here and a runner on first base, as Guerrero's next one, a swing and a miss. Off-speed pitch gets him to swing, gets Grove to swing right over it. And now he's even now at 2-2. A nice warm evening here, summer evening in Longview. 81 degrees and perfectly sunny. Some scattered clouds in the sky and the wind blowing west at 9 miles an hour. 2-2 coming up. Martin sets up low and away. Here's the pitch, and this is hit on the top of it. Martinez going to have to charge. Makes the grab as 1 play to first. Shepard with the pick, and he makes the play to put him down for out number 2. That was a tough play for Martinez on the high chop. He knew he couldn't get the double play ball. So he made a quick throw to first, was a little low, but Shepard was there. And he can pick it as well as anybody else in this league. Able to make that play as Tino Bethencourt comes up to the plate. Bethencourt hitting .250, 10 hits and 40 at-bats. He scored 10 times, homered 3 times, and driven in 10 on the year. Wenatchee have 1 hit as the breaking ball is cut on a miss from Bethencourt. Down and away, 0-1. The Black Bears used 5 total pitchers in yesterday's game, so we're hoping that Guerrero can give him a little bit of length today. They still have some guys that are available. Keegan Wright comes to mind. He's a strong thrower out of the bullpen that they can bring in. I think Tomo Moresi might be available as well, as this misses in 1-1. Bethencourt also incredibly speedy, 8 steals and 9 attempts. Now, this team does love to run. They lead the league with 34 stolen bases. Now the 1-1 from Guerrero. This is hit in the air and it'll go foul into the netting. Oh, and a fan wearing an old school Seattle Mariners hat just has it roll out of his hand. As Guerrero jumps ahead in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Guerrero has walked a batter, allowed a hit, gotten a ground out and a strikeout. See if he can double that ladder total here against the righty Bethencourt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Checks over on Duffalo. Kicks, delivers, and cannot get him to chase that high fastball, so leaving it up at 2-2 as that was near the letters. Cal's Black Bears in their black jerseys today, trimmed out in orange with the Cal's Black Bears C on the top left lapel in orange, trimmed in white. Also numbers on the back trimmed in white pants, and the black caps today with the orange Cal at C prominently displayed on the front as, ooh, almost a nice play by the third base coach, who tried to pick up that hot shot on the ground in foul territory, but came right out of his left hand. They don't get gloves, so the plays don't come as easily. Deuces wild here in the top of the first. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 away here. Guerrero kicks, delivers, and sizzles that one high and outside. We'll fill it up, 3-2. Waiting on deck is the left-hander Luke Stuka. He's the first lefty that'll be coming up in this Apple Sox order. Duffalo can score on a base hit. The Black Bears, though, have plenty of strong arms in the outfield to try to cut him down as the payoff comes in and is down and inside, ball 4. So Tino Bethencourt will strut on over to first base.
Up now, number 23.
Second walk of the inning for Tyson Guerrero. That adds to the Apple Sox leading total. They now have 77, 3 ahead of the Bend Elks. So here comes Luke Stuka to the plate. Stuka in yesterday's contest was 3 for 4 with 1 run batted in. He was a tough out for the Black Bears. Lefty on lefty now. And the first offering to him is cut on and fouled. Over on the left side, and the Black Bears ball boys got it. 0-1 coming up. First lefty of the game, again, for Wenatchee. So Guerrero with the platoon advantage as he has 2 men aboard. As the 0-1, look out, up and in. Tips off of Martin's glove, and both base runners will advance. That'll be a passed ball on Martin, as he did have his glove on it. So 2 in scoring position now for Wenatchee, and both reach base by way of a walk.
You don't have to spend the summer with a rotten deck if you build with Baker.
So now Stuka with a chance to do some damage and give Wenatchee an early lead here. Black Bears got the lead early in yesterday's contest and never looked back, winning 7-5, and looked to hang a 0 up on the board for their offense to get up there with a clean slate against them as Stuka fouls it away. 1-2 coming up to the left-handed hitter. And Tyson Guerrero, local guy from Chehalis, Washington. University of Washington pitcher, 6'1", 188 pounds. Looking for the punch out right here. And steps off the rubber before getting set and ready to go to deliver to Luke Stuka. Batter's got a shin guard on his right leg. A slightly crouched stance as the 1-2 on the way. Breaking ball is hit over the top. Going to be a tight play for Martinez. Picks it up, no play to first, and that'll bring in a runner. So an infield single for Luke Stuka brings in Dakota Duffalo, and the Wenatchee Apple Sox take an early 1-0 lead.
Up now is number 15, Aiden Selfridge.
Yeah, tough play that time. Martinez is playing back as the infield is all turf here. And especially with the lefty at the plate, he gets that extra step going to first, so not much of a chance to get him. Essentially a swinging bunt. So now Aiden Selfridge to the plate. Selfridge has really struggled to start the year. 3 for 27, that's a 111 average. 1 double and 3 runs batted in as he cuts on and misses at that fastball. 0-1. So the Apple Sox draw first blood today and will give their starter at least a 1-0 lead. Runners on the corners now. Stuka with 1 steal and as many attempts. But taking a very conservative lead over there on the bag, only 7 feet off as the 0-1 comes in and runs a little too far down and inside. We'll even it up at 1-1. Nice sized crowd here today on a Thursday evening. Final game of this 3-game set as the Black Bears will open up another 3-game series against the Bend Elks starting tomorrow at 6:35 p.m. And the 1-1. This is chopped foul in just over the Black Bears dugout on the left side. Both Brock Mortensen and Shane McCarroll converge to try to get it. And the new outfielder for the Black Bears does beat him to it. I mean, he is very fast, but neither of them were running at it. So Guerrero now in the driver's seat, 1-2. Runners on the corners now in the top of the first inning. Wenatchee with that 1-0 lead. Here's Guerrero's kick, delivery, curveball. This is another chopper to third, and this is going to go foul. The Black Bears caught a break there. Those slow rollers that are taking a lot of small hops to third base are really tough to make plays on.
47. Find them online at bobsmerch.com.
Especially in an infield that plays as quickly as David Stories does. On deck is the catcher, Colin Villegas. And the 1-2. Breaking ball, he got him, strike 3. Tyson Guerrero catches Selfridge window shopping right down the heart of the plate, and he's sent down for the final out of the inning. But Wenatchee score 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and leave 2 men aboard. Let's go to the bottom of the first inning. Black Bears looking to get a run back. They trail by 1 as they come up to bat. You are tuned into Cowens Black Bears Baseball on KEDO and YouTube. All right, so Hunter Salinas up on the mound. He's 1-1 on the season with a .96 ERA and 11 strikeouts. He's pitched in 3 games, made a couple of starts. He's 6-3 on the season with 190 pounds in on him. From Colorado State Pueblo, and he's from Austin, Texas. He'll face off against this Cowlitz Black Bears lineup. Back in the leadoff spot is Riku Nishida. He will start at second base. Following him up is Brock Bozette, the shortstop. He'll hit second. Jacob Stinson is in center field, hitting third, with the cleanup man, Jaden Shepard, at first base. Toriano Swede will be in right field, batting fifth, with Henry Mensch at left field, batting sixth. Dawson Martin will catch in the 7th spot with Wilson Weber, who's red hot DHing in the 8 hole. And batting ninth is Nathan Martinez. He will hit third. Or ninth. He's playing third. There we go. So here comes Nishida, big on base guy. First pitch to lefty is way down and in, 1-0. Riku Nishida in this young season, in 25 plate appearances, is hitting .278. with 5 hits, 2 runs scored, and 2 driven in. Has also walked 6 times. 1-0 coming. Misses north, 1-0. And Nishida has a very small strike zone up there at the plate. As he stands up there at 5'6" he's 145 pounds. But don't let his size fool you. He's one of the best ball players in the NWAC, and one of the better middle infielders in this league. He has a ton of speed, hits the ball like a rocket off his bat. It is an excellent glove. We've seen him at third base and second base so far. Fouled that one off as the 2-1 is also fouled away and nearly rolls back to the catcher. Well, we'll keep it even at 2-2, as that's right on the edge of the Lower Columbia College logo, right behind home plate here. So Nishida with the 2-2 count as he crouches, leaning slightly over the plate in the box. Salinas kicks, delivers. 2-2, breaking ball. This is slapped over to the shortstop. Going to be a tough play. Sidearm throw from Grove. Nishida is out by half a step. He's tough to catch. In his previous game, he did ground out 3 times to second, but all of them were nail biters by the infielder. So he's down to start the game. Bottom of the first, 1 down now for Brock Bozette. Bozette from Spokane Falls and Community College, Spokane, Washington. Hitting .256 as he checks his swing, but that's a strike anyway on the outside corner. Breaking ball that time, 0-1. He has 10 hits and 39 at-bats, 9 runs scored, and leads the team with double digits. He has 10 runs batted in. 0-1 to the righty as Salinas swings that one down and outside, slings it, 1-1. Bozette has really elevated himself over into the top of the order. He was a 9 batter, a little bit in the bottom part, but he just kept on driving in runs and hitting with runners in scoring position, as he's got another base hit right here. Hits one right past the second baseman Simpson in front of Duffalo. That's the first hit of the ball game for the Cowlitz Black Bears.
Up now is number 18, our center fielder.
As Jacob Stinson steps up to the plate. Stinson hitting .286, counting non-league games, 8 hits and 28 at-bats, 5 runs scored, 2 driven in, and 4 walks. So as the lefty digs in, let's meet the Wenatchee defense. Aiden Selfridge is in left with Enzo Apodaca in center. Dakota Duffalo, it's in right field as Stinson hits one hard to shortstop. They throw to second for 1, back over to first, and they got him, double play. So we'll give you the rest of their defense in the next inning as Stinson grounds into a 6-4-3. And sends the rest of the men down for the Black Bears in the bottom of the first inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. Let's go to the top of the second inning when actually lead at 1-0 with the Apple Sox coming to bat. You're tuned into Cowlitz Black Bears Baseball on KEDO and YouTube.
If you didn't want anybody to know, you shouldn't have told me.
returning to action here in the top of the second inning. Wenatchee lead at 1-0. Tyson Guerrero walked 2 batters and allowed 2 hits, and that equaled the first run of the game for the Apple Sox as they'll send up the bottom third of their order. Colin Villegas, Zach
Up to bat now is number 32,
Taglia, and Enzo Apodaca. And Villegas has not seen a lot of playing time in the young season, as this is only his 3rd game, but he had 2 hits in his first 3 at-bats, a run scored, a couple of walks. So when he has played, he's been successful, and looked like he was trying to check his swing, but turned his hips all the way around, so he cuts on and misses at that fastball, 0-1. Next one is up and inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Black Bears again, trying to win their first series against the Apple Sox since 2017. The Apple Sox, one of the better WCL ball clubs in its history. Won a bunch of championships in there. Them and the Corvallis Knights have dominated the league for a long time, as well as the Bellingham Bells. Black Bears this season trying to change the league order as the 1-2 below the knees of Villegas. 2 balls and 2 strikes against a right-hander. On deck is another guy that has not played a lot so far for the Apple Sox, so getting himself a chance today, and Zach Taglia. So 2-2, bases empty. Nobody out here in the top of the second. We're still just getting going here at David Story Field. It's a breaking ball. Slides a little too far below Villegas' knees, and will fill the count up at 3-2. Plenty of sunshine out there on the field, and of course the left fielder has drawn the lucky straw as Henry Mensch has shade there. The 3-2 pitch is hit on the screws but fouled away on the right side, and that'll go out of play. That whole travel baseball team, I have a feeling down that right field line will be chasing after each and every foul ball, even if it goes on the other side of the field. So another payoff coming up from Guerrero. Left-hander winds, kicks, delivers, 3-2, pops straight up in the air. Over on the right side, Shepard and Martin go over, and this will land on the bench inside of the Apple Sox dugout. No play for anybody. Though Martin does have some padding on, so if he wanted to pull Derek Jeter driving to the stands, he probably could have, but maybe wise not to. Black Bears would like to have him behind the plate for the rest of the game. Another 3-2 coming up. Guerrero doesn't like the first couple offerings. Now he's ready to go. Pitching from the extreme first base side of the rubber. Here's another payoff pitch, and this is a high Baltimore chop up the middle. Going to be a tough play. Goes over the gloves of both Nishida and Bozette, and into center field. Jacob Stinson, though, is hustling in on it, and that's really been the story of all the Apple Sox hits today. They're just hitting high choppers in the infield and finding the space between everyone. So now Villegas gets on, and here comes Zach Toglia. Toglia, 3 hits in 7 at-bats, has walked twice, has not knocked in a run, and has struck out 1 time. And Villegas has 2 steals and as many attempts, so Guerrero will want to keep him close. First offering, fastball right there on the inside corner, 0-1. Guerrero going to continue to try to keep it low, as this Black Bears team does have a very good infield defense, especially out there today. Just a bunch of tough plays at him. 0-1. Swing and a miss. Got him at the changeup that time, and you can see why there's a lot of speculation. Draft speculation on Tyson Guerrero. He's got some good stuff. Got a couple of scouts here sitting below me with their radar guns. New balls, 2 strikes. He delivers. As this is chopped over to third. Martinez to second for 1. Nishida back over to first, and Shepard made the stretch, but they're going to call him safe. It did look like Taglia beat it out. That was on a 90-mile-an-hour fastball. So 1 down on the 5-4 fielder's choice, as Villegas goes back to the dugout, and Enzo Apodaca will step up. Apodaca hitting in the 9 spot for the 3rd game in a row, as this is drifted into left field. Mensch takes a few steps back and is able to make the grab to send Apodaca down for out number 2. So Apodaca will see his 150 batting average depreciate a little bit as Justin Simpson comes up for the second time in as many innings.
At the top of the lineup again, 33, Justin Simpson.
Simpson 1 for 1 with a single. Did not come around to score, though, as he was caught stealing Dawson Martin with a really nice throw and a perfectly executed tag by Riku Nishida to get him out. Taglia over on first base. Guerrero kicks, delivers. Breaking ball is hit in the air, but foul. Might bounce into the concession stand. Well, it definitely went over by where the line is. Count 0-1. Although it's mostly gravel over there, so I don't think there's a lot of give
caps that we're selling right now. Those look nice.
For it to bounce in, but again, a souvenir. So you get your drink up there or your food over at the concession stand, and hey, game-used baseball. Not a bad deal. 0-1 coming up. Simpson again squats down. He stands at 5'7". And the next one, breaking ball. That's a strike on the outside corner in the count 0-2. Actually, my mistake. It looks to me as if maybe there's 4 scouts down there. I see 3 radar guns and then a guy with a notebook. I've had plenty of scouts coming out here. It's been a lot of fun. Checking out some of the talent here in Longview as the 0-2 is swatted foul and above the on-deck circle for the Apple Sox. This one's going to be retrieved by Dakota Duffalo. And the count stays 0-2 from Guerrero. Long set from Guerrero, keeping an eye on Taglia. Here comes the 0-2, breaking pitch, and it bites inside, but just off the edge there. 1-2 coming up. Black Bears trail at 1-0 here. A 1-2 count coming up to the leadoff man, Justin Simpson. And Guerrero kicks, delivers. Off-speed pitch, and that'll ring off the pole and go over to the third base coach. I made the play on that one. Nice job for him, so we'll keep it 1-2.
It's like the dinner bell, right?
Black Bears, again, just trying to keep it close for their offense to come around. They have picked up a lot as of late. Now up to over 5 runs scored per game. 1-2. Another high chopper, going to be a tough play. Guerrero has to spin around, fires to first, and that's that pitcher's arm as he's able to make the play on the 1-3 to send his man down for the final out of the inning. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left aboard. Bottom of the second coming up. Black Bears trailing 1-0, and Cowlitz coming to bat. You are tuned in to Cowlitz Black Bears baseball right here on 99.1 FM, 1400 AM, KEDO, Longview, Kelso, and YouTube. We will be right back. Hunter Salinas back out there again. Will face the heart of the Black Bears order in Jaden Shepard, Toriano Sweet, and Henry Mensch as Wenatchee look to hang on to that 1-0 lead. Well, Shepard will have a thing or two to say about that. Shepard hitting 200, 7 hits and 35 at-bats, but 5 runs scored, 6 driven in. Also a home run mixed into that bunch as he takes one up and inside, 1-0. Shepard, 6'6", 210 pounds from Ohlone College. Huge power bat in the middle of the order for this Black Bears team. 1-0, breaking ball that dips in on the outside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike to Shepard. Shepard was not in the lineup game number 1, but was back yesterday and in there today as the 1-1 breaking ball swung on and missed. 1 ball and 2 strikes. He sees a lot of breaking balls. I mean, they see his size, they see his biceps, which are basically the size of my thighs, and they don't like to give him a lot of fastballs up there. If he sees one, he will punish it as the 1-2 comes in. That's a fastball, and that is punished. High and deep to right. This one's going way back towards the track at the wall, and reaching over his head is Dakota Duffalo, who makes the grab to put him down for out number 1. So Shepard gave that one as far right as you could without sending it out of the ballpark, and he's retired for out number 1.
Up now is number 2, Toriano Sweet.
Here's another man that's been hitting the ball well for the Black Bears, Toriano Sweet. And a 10-1 victory against Corvallis went 3-5 with 4 runs batted in as the breaking ball to him misses high and tight 1-0. Sweet hitting now 286, 8 hits and 28 at-bats, 4 runs scored and 6 RBI. Also has walked 4 times and stolen a trio of bases. Here's the 1-0. Another one up and in, this time with the fastball. 2-0 coming up to Sweet. And Toriano certainly not somebody that you want to put on base for free. He can certainly run. He gives the Black Bears a good chance to score whenever he's on the path. It's 2-0. Is off the knob of the bat. Oh, I didn't mean to swing at that one. That's always unfortunate. That is not the most unfortunate, though. The worst is when you forget to bring the bat down when the pitch is above your head and it knocks off the top of it and goes back. That's always embarrassing, but it didn't happen to Sweet here. So 2-1 is a grounder up the middle, fielded by the second baseman Simpson, who slings it over to first. Ooh, almost a little wide, but a good stretch there by Stuka to put him away for the second out of the bottom of the second inning. We'll get another chance to look at Henry Mensch now. Hitting .367, including non-league games. 11 hits, 30 at-bats, 9 runs scored, and 4 runs batted in. Also a home run for Henry Mensch. And that one's here at David Story Field. Just missed one at Goss Stadium as he gave one a ride, but could not beat the big high wall in left field. Had to settle for a triple. First pitch to him was high and away. Fastball 1-0. 2 down here in the bottom of the second inning. As the 1-0 on the way, misses inside to Mensch, 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the line is very efficient so far today. Only 19 pitches used, 11 of them for strikes. So Colorado State Pueblo right-hander deals, and Mensch hits this one in the air to center field. Going back on its Apodaca, again by the track, able to make the grab, and will send him down for the final out of the inning. So no runs on no hits, no errors, and nobody left aboard. The Black Bears have been sent down 6 in a row since this game started. As we head to the top of the third, the Black Bears trail it by 1, and Wenatchee comes back to bat. You are tuned into Cowlitz Black Bears Baseball right here on KEDO and YouTube. We'll be back after these messages.
Water with no sugar in it at that. It's amazing.
Top 3, Wenatchee 1, Black Bears nothing, as Tyson Guerrero will face off against Dakota Duffalo, Adam Grobe, and Tino Bethencourt for the second time in this ball game. Last time Duffalo got up to the plate, he walked and then eventually came around to score on that Luke Stuka infield RBI single. And with Guerrero back on the bump, the radar gun's back out there as he fires a strike. High and tight 1-0. Guerrero already up to 51 pitches, though, but 34 have gone over the plate. That is 67% for him. So filling up the zone so far today. Has only surrendered 1 run on 3 hits and has walked a pair. As the 0-1 is lined over the head of Martinez. That's going to go into left for a base hit. So Dakota Duffalo is now 1 for 1 today after that hard liner, and he finds his way aboard for the second time in as many attempts. So now here is Adam Grobe, 0 for 1 with a ground out to the third baseman. Grobe was 0 for yesterday. I believe he had been on a 7-game hitting streak. Black Bears looking for the double play ball right here. Nishida pinched over towards second a little more as the first offering to Grobe is popped up high and foul on the right side. Going over behind our first base grill. Actually, that's where they have the ice cream today, and I can confirm that the chocolate ice cream sandwiches are indeed edible. They were calling them, I think, Mississippi Mud ice cream sandwiches. Yeah, they were spectacular. And if you want to try one, get your tickets at CowlittsBlackBears.com, and you can join us here at the ballpark for the series coming up against Bend as Tyson Guerrero misses high 1-1. Quick scheduling note, as we were announcing yesterday, Saturday and Sunday's games have been moved back to 7:30 p.m. start times. So adjust your schedules accordingly for them. You can tune into all 3 of those games on KDO or YouTube. Unless you want to come around, again, that's CowlittsBlackBears.com. Guerrero again misses upstairs. The check swing from Grove, but they're going to say he did not go around. So it'll be a 2-1 count coming up to the number 3 hitter for Wenatchee. So Duffalo with one hand on his hip, the other one hanging down between his legs as the 2-1 is fouled back into the netting. 2-2 coming up for Guerrero. That was pitch number 56 for him. Guerrero has looked sharp so far. It's the 1 run allowed on 4 hits, 2 walks, and the strikeout in there for Tyson. And because Martin was able to throw out the first base runner that tried to advance to second, might slow down Wenatchee's running game. Here's a 2-2. Curveball bit a little too far inside. And the payoff pitch coming up. Umpires that paid the price of admission here unhappy with that call. As the 3-2 coming up for Guerrero. Checks at first. He deals. Swing and a missed strike 3. Doesn't need the call strike as he got Grove Fenn in there. Strikeout number 2 on the ball game as Tino Bethencourt comes up to the plate with 1 down and 1 man on. Bethencourt walked. He's done a lot of that in this series. He's got 4 of those. 2 of those in the first game, 1 yesterday, and now 1 today. And on the season, because of this series, he's doubled his walk total. Came into the series with just 5, so has almost doubled it as Guerrero fires one down and in, 1-0 coming up. If Guerrero can get the double play ball, his pitch counts will suddenly be a more manageable amount. He's about to hit 60 now. The top of the third with just 1 away. As 1-0. That's a fastball just off the black on the outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Black Bears, everybody on the top step of that dugout, cheering for Tyson Guerrero as he fires a fastball strike on the outside corner. An emphatic call there by Jordan Smart, and the count now 2 balls and 1 strike coming up. Black Bears are smack dab in the middle of a 6-game homestand. First of 2 as the runner goes. Breaking ball off the outside edge. Throw to second. Martin's got him again. Dawson Martin nails another one down. Play the James Addiction. He's been caught stealing. And Dawson Martin, the one-man security team for this Black Bears squad. No heists on the base paths for him. 3-1 coming up. Guerrero gets a pop-up in the infield over on the right side. Shepard goes over into foul territory a little bit by the first base coach's box and will make the grab for the final out of the inning. No runs on one hit, no errors, and nobody left on base thanks to another caught stealing by Dawson Martin. Let's go to the bottom of the third inning. Wenatchee lead at 1-0, and the Black Bears looking to bounce back in the bottom of the third. You are tuned in to College Black Bears Baseball on YouTube and KEDO. Bottom of the third inning, 7-8-9 coming up for the Black Bears as they look to try to smooth out this 1-0 deficit and take themselves the lead, or at the very least tie it. Well, here comes the man of the game so far for the Black Bears up to the plate in Dawson Martin. He has yet to come up to the plate, but he has been sensational in the field, throwing out 2 base runners. Both attempted base stealers for the Wenatchee Apple Sox have been caught at second. First pitch to Martin is a breaking ball that's down and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Dawson hitting .263 with 5 hits and 19 at-bats, 3 driven in, and 3 runs scored. As the 1-0 on the way to Martin, checks his swing, and that's down and outside. Did not go, as that bat head did not cross the plane of home plate right in the front. So 2-0 coming up to Martin. The Black Bears do have 1 hit in today's game, but then Jacob Stinson grounded into a double play as the 2-0 comes in, and it's a bouncer over to third base. On a hop, Bethencourt fires way across the diamond. The throw just beats Martin and sends him down for out number 1. So nice play right at the line by Tino Bethencourt, and the strong throw puts the first man down here as Wilson Weber comes up to the plate.
Number 34, designated hitter from Oregon State, Wilson
Weber had yesterday off, but was sensational in game number 1 of this series. Went 2 for 4 with 4 runs batted in out of the 9 spot. 2-run double and a 2-run home run. First pitch to him is a breaking ball below his knees, 1-0. Wilson this season hitting .192, 5 hits and 26 at-bats. And 4 of those 5 hits are extra base hits. 2 doubles, a triple, and a home run. He's knocked in 5 and walked 4 times. Next pitch to him. Another breaking ball, but that's able to dip in on the outside edge. 1-1 coming up. And Salinas now nods, delivers. The 1-1. Another curveball. 3 in a row to Weber. Makes it a ball and 2 strikes as Wilson hacks at that one. Black Bears looking to make something happen here. They got a Brock Bozette hit in the top of the first, but couldn't make anything out of it. Then we're sent down in order in the next inning as Weber is caught looking right at the knees on the changeup. Salinas did not want to give him any fastballs up there as Weber is sent down on strikes for out number 2. Nathan Martinez comes up here. He is 2 for 8 with 1 run scored and 1 walk, hitting .250 on the season. Martinez will be the final batter in the order, holds the bats almost straight up as he takes one inside for a ball, 1-0. Nathan Martinez is, well, not necessarily a casualty, just part of this rotation here. And infielders, the Black Bears have so many talented infielders. It's hard to get everybody playing time as he hits this one off the end of the bat right to the first baseman. Stuka's there, steps on the bag, and will send him down for the final out of the inning. So, Hunter Salinas has faced the minimum through 3. A 1-2-3 again, his second consecutive 1-2-3 this inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left to board as we go to the top of the 4th. The Black Bears trail by 1, and the Apple Sox coming to bat. You're tuned in to Cowlitz Black Bears baseball right here on KEDO and YouTube. Top of the 4th inning, and 5, 6, and 7 coming up for the Wenatchee Apple Sox. Looking to do more damage here against Tyson Guerrero, who has pitched really well. Just the 1 run on 4 hits so far. As Luke Stuka going to lead things off 1 for 1. He's knocked in the only run of this ball game. Had an infield single over to the third baseman, a slow chopper to Martinez. Lefty, as Guerrero kicks, fires from the windup as this is hit high in the air, but in foul territory way on the left side, and that's going to land in the parking lot of Lower Columbia College, 0-1. Well, the wind doing its thing here at David Story Field, blowing in from left center field and almost laterally over towards right. Guerrero takes a deep breath between pitches here. Rocks, kicks, fires, 0-1, and again, this is fouled on the left side and way out of play. This time, though, it's going to stay in the ballpark. And a fan can take that one home. No balls and 2 strikes. Guerrero looking for another K here. He's got a couple of them already as the 0-2 breaking ball. Ooh, buzzes just a little too high. That it was above the belt, though. 1 ball and 2 strikes coming up to Luke Stuka. On deck is Aiden Selfridge, and following him will be Colin Villegas. And Guerrero's 1-2. Breaking ball inside. 2-2. And the fans over in the stands on the left side having a couple of words about that one. Stuka choked up on the bat. The 2-2. Breaking ball. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Guerrero's curveball. The bottom just falls right out of it. It looks like he's throwing a metal baseball. And he's able to pick up his 3rd K of the evening as Aiden Selfridge will step on up. Selfridge was his first strikeout victim. He was caught looking. Back in the 1st inning. Lefty against the right-handed hitting Selfridge. As Aiden wearing the number 15 today. Selfridge stands at 6'3", 190 pounds as he belts this one foul. And one of the Black Bears leaping in the air to try to grab it, but nothing doing. And the count now 0-1. It's from Pacific. Plays his college ball over there, and he's from Los Gatos, California. So now see Mark Wanarovich heading out to the bullpen with Jacob Burley. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss on the down and outside changeup. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Guerrero's got a great mix, fastball, curveball, change. Excellent command of all 3 of those pitches. And we're seeing it on full display here today in Longview. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Rocks, fires, 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 4th strikeout of the evening for him, this time swinging on Selfridge. He gets him again.
Colin Villegas, number 32 now.
And now Colin Villegas will come up. Nobody out, or right, nobody on base. 2 down here in the top of the 4th inning. This game really moving along here. Still under an hour. Headed into the bottom of the fourth after this inning as Guerrero misses inside for a ball, 1-0. Now some more shadows coming on in here. As Nathan Martinez can cool down over the third base part. 1-0 coming up. Kicks, delivers, and the changeup misses high. 2 balls and no strikes. And Wanarovich headed out to the bullpen. But it looks like it's Jake Dent is the one that is starting to toss there. As Guerrero's pitch count starting to get up there. He's at 73. And now the 2-0. Fastball zips a little too high above the belt. 3 balls and no strikes coming up to him. Black Bears will get ready to welcome the Bend Elks next week. Or rather tomorrow. Next week. No. That'll be the last time they play the Elks. 6:35 tomorrow as the Get Me Over fastball does its job, 3-1. Plays 6:35 on Friday and 7:30 on both Saturday and Sunday evenings. Guerrero trying to battle back, down 3-0. The 3-1 is hit in the air over into right field. Sweet on the run, near foul ground, near the fence, and makes the grab as he collides with the wall for the final out of the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left aboard. As Toriano Sweet able to make that grab and finish that 1-2-3 inning. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Wenatchee lead at 1-0, and your Black Bears will come to bat looking to do some damage with the top of the order. You tune into Black Bears Baseball right here on KEDO and on YouTube.
For their service.
The Black Bears will send up the top of the order here in the bottom of the fourth against Hunter Salinas, who's been excellent today. He's only needed 29 pitches to get through the first 3 and just allowing the 1 base runner that was erased on a 6-4-3 double play. And we've got some Black Bears parents out here over on the left side. It's Case Ogata's family over there, mom and dad, Ty and Terry. Met them over at the concession stand before today's game, and we're happy to see them. They're coming here all the way from Boise, Idaho. So happy to see them here out today. Case, of course, not starting, but maybe he'll make a pinch hit appearance today. He's got some pop and hits very well here at home. So 1-0 Wenatchee as Riku Nishida comes up for the second time. He grounded out his first trip as he takes one inside and low. 1-0 coming up as that tipped off of Villegas' glove. And we've had a lot of family members come. Jacob Stinson's dad was here on Tuesday, and Maddie Fung's parents stayed for a whole 4-game homestand. As the next one to Nishida, down and inside. That one's going to be called a strike, 1-1 to the left-hander. Nishida from Mount Hood Community College, you've heard me say it a lot of times, a record setter. As he stole the most bases in program history for the Saints. Count 2-1 now, down and inside on the pitch. He had 33 steals in a shortened season. And he's from Osaka, Japan, one of 2 Japanese nationals here playing for the Cowlitz Black Bears. 2-1 on the way to the lefty as Nishida hits one on a line, but right at Grobe, who ranges over to make the play and sends him down for out number 1. It's kind of been the deal for the Black Bears today. They've hit the ball hard, but right at these Apple Sox defenders as there's one away here in the bottom of the fourth.
Up now is number 3.
So we see Brock Bozette, 1 for 1. He had a base hit right between Stuka and Simpson back in the first. The only base runner of the ball game for the Black Bears so far as he swings and misses. Bottom fell right out of that one. 0-1 coming up to the Black Bears shortstop. Bozette had a couple of hits in yesterday's contest and has really anchored himself in the top of their order as he takes a fastball for a strike, up and in. No balls and 2 strikes coming up. So wind's starting to whip in a little bit here as Salinas really just sending everybody down. 35 pitches, 21 strikes at 60%, but this one is off the plate, down and away, 1-2. And after this series, Wenatchee, I believe we'll head on over to Corvallis. Take on the Knights. As part of their 6-game road trip, this is fouled in the dirt. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Yep, they'll take on the Knights Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. They'll play at 6:35 on Friday and Saturday, and then at 10 a.m. on Sunday. Well, it is supposed to be pretty hot on Sunday, so I guess that's why they're playing so early. Right now, the Black Bears trail at 1-0. Looking to come back around here. Not an insurmountable deficit by any count, as the 1-2 is a screamer fouling into that netting above the dugout for Wenatchee, so we'll keep it a 1-2. There's 3 other games going on right now in the West Coast League. Yakima Valley up 5-4 on the Ridgefield Raptors in the top of the 3rd inning. That is at Ridgefield Outdoor Recreational Complex. The 1-2 is low. Bozette works at 2-2. The Bend Elks trail the Bellingham Bells at Joe Martin Field by a score of 2-0, and the Portland Pickles are up on Corvallis 2-0 in the bottom of the 1st at Walker Stadium. Now the 2-2 pitch. Curveball upstairs. Full count now, 3-2. And Ian Sanderson with some words to Jordan Smart here, as now Bozette has worked the count full after falling behind 0-2. Black Bears looking to create some traffic on the base paths here in the bottom of the 4th as the next pitch is hit on the ground, and a soccer stop there by Aaron Matthews. I didn't take him to be much of a football fan, but uses that left boot to make the stop there. As Bozette continues to have himself a nice plate appearance, about to see his 9th pitch now. Another payoff on the way from Salinas. He deals, and Bozette hits one on the ground on a hop to the 3rd baseman. Bethencourt sidearm throw and beats Bozette by about a stride there to send him down for out number 2. So it's not like it's been all strikeouts for Salinas today. Many balls in play. He's only struck out 1, but he's been getting the outs here. A lot of ground balls and a lot of flyouts right to these outfielders as Jacob Stinson will step up. Stinson 0 for 1, a grounded out into the 6-4-3 double play to Adam Grove. Looks for a 2-out hit right now. First offering to him is a breaking ball, high and tight, 1-0. Entire infield playing back. Both Justin Stinson and Adam Grove, the second baseman and shortstop respectively, in on the shallow outfield grass, as Stinson going to take one inside now off the back of the plate, 2-0, and that'll prompt a visit from Colin Villegas. So Dent continuing to toss for Cowlitz over in the pen, but just playing catch with Burley right now. I think that they'll have Guerrero come out for one more. His pitch count at 76. So now Villegas heads back behind the plate, and Salinas will get ready to continue to face the left-handed hitter. Just 1 hit for the Black Bears today. Let's Brock Bozette back in the 1st. 2-0. Way north, about neck level with Stimson, but that was over the plate, just super high. 3 balls and no strikes. Another thing that's helped him today is no walks as the 3-0. Right down the heart of the plate for a strike. Yes, Stinson was taken all the way. And now he'll be set to swing that bat with the 3-1 coming up. 1 run on 4 hits, no errors, 3 left aboard for Wenatchee. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base for the Black Bears as Stinson fouls that one straight onto the plate, and he'll fill the count up 3-2. Every 3-2 pitch that Salinas has thrown has been a strike today. So the Black Bears have empty base paths with 2 down and a full count to Stinson. And here he goes. This is a tapper over to the shortstop. Grobe on the run, floats it high, and going off the bag was Luke Stuka. So the Black Bears will have a 2-out base runner as Stinson able to dig that one out. And, of course, the wild throw from Grobe.
Welcome up now.
Somebody's saying he would have beat it. As no official scoring on the play. Yeah, that's what I thought it was going to be. An error by Adam Grove. So the Black Bears able to take advantage of an errant throw. And now have a man on first base with 2 down and Jaden Shepard to the plate. Tying run is on first and Jaden Shepard's up. Represents the go-ahead. He has the pop to send one out here. First pitch to him. Swing and a miss at the high fastball. That was even high to Shepard. And the count 0-1. And yeah, if the scores hold around the league, everything falling favorably so far for the Black Bears, as if Portland wins, that'll send Corvallis down, and the Ridgefield Raptors also trailing. Those are the 2 teams at the top of the standings in the South Division, as Shepard fouls this one away 0-2. The Knights are 10-4 in first place. Ridgefield a game behind them at 9-5, and the Black Bears and Pickles tied up in third, both 3.5 games back at 5-6. The Bend Elks trailing them at 4-10. So no balls, 2 strikes to Shepard. Breaking ball probably on the way as Stinson goes. This is high and outside. Here's the throw, and it goes out of the glove of Grove, so Jacob Stinson gets in there safely. That is surprisingly his first steal of the season. So they're trying to get Shepard to chase something down and away or hit that spot, but he did not bite, and it was off the black, so a 1-2 count coming up to him. Now just a base hit will score the run. And the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Oh, no, they're going to say that it was a balk on the play, so the Black Bears catch themselves a break there. As Salinas balks, puts the runner on third, and Shepard will get another chance. So now he might be ready for that breaking ball to come in. The 1-2, and the downhill fastball is low and outside, evens the count now at 2-2. Shepard trying to make the most of this extra life that he has now at the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Stinson, the tying run, just 90 feet from home. He deals. Breaking ball, strike 3. They get him on the inside corner. And Shepard unhappy about that one as he's retired for the final out of the inning. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and 1 left aboard. Let's go to the top of the 5th inning. Wenatchee lead at 1-0 with the Apple Sox coming to bat. You're tuned in to Cowlitz Black Bears Baseball right here on KEDO and on YouTube. We'll be right back. Top 5, Guerrero back out there. He'll face 8-9-1 for Wenatchee. Taglia Apodaca and Justin Simpson as he looks to keep it a 1-run ball game. The Black Bears were able to put a man on base in the last inning, but could not send him around to score. And at this part of the order coming up are a combined just 1 for 4 today. Zach Taglia steps up to the plate as he takes one high and outside. 1-0. Now, he spells his name with a CH. I'm a little adverse to that, but I'll let it slide today. Just for today. I'm a CK Zach. As the next fastball is high and outside, 2-0. We actually have 3 Zachs working here. And the other 2 are both CHs, so I'm outnumbered here at David Story. Here comes the 2-0. As this is hit in the air and foul over on the right side, and that's going to continue and carry out of play. 2-1. Guerrero getting ready to throw his 80th pitch today, and Dent all ready to go in the pen. The Black Bears, though, hoping that Guerrero can at least get them out of the 5th inning. As the 2-1 is upstairs. 3 balls and 1 strike coming up. Now it seems like Guerrero's had a lot of those counts today. As yes, he has, but in all 3 times he's been in a 3-1 count. He has thrown a strike. This one's hit the air over on the right side, so now make him 4 for 4. Near the track is Sweet, camps under it and makes the grab to send him away for the first out of the inning. So 1 down. This game's just 1 hour and 5 minutes old. We're already in the top of the 5th with 1 down. Here comes Enzo Apodaca. Yeah, this is feeling a little bit more like Black Bears baseball now. They play at light speed here. Pitcher's throwing a lot of strikes as Guerrero has 50 out of his 81 pitches crossing the plate. First one to the lefty, Apodaca. That's a fastball strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Apodaca is 0 for 1, flied out to Henry Mensch in left field. Starting to cool down here at David Story. The wind, the steady breeze coming in. The 0-1 is another fastball, but this misses high and away now. 1-1 coming up to Enzo. And Apodaca has really struggled this series, just 1 for 9 with a walk. So 111 average and a 200 on base. Says, ooh, look out. That curveball just missed hitting him as Apodaca able to turn himself out of the way. 2 balls and 1 strike. Another deep breath for Guerrero. High leg kick, fires, swing, and a miss. Apodaca chases that high and outside pitch. And we're now even at 2-2. Guerrero has been a great add to this Black Bears rotation. All they need to do now is support him with a couple of runs here. And the 2-2. Fastball high and outside. Tried to get him to chase again at the same pitch. But Apodaca getting wise now, fills it up 3-2. 1 down, nobody on base, top of the 5th inning. It's Guerrero, kicks, fires, next one, and this is a chopper over to the shortstop. On the backhand, Bozette picks it up, fires to first, and Shepard makes the grab. Doesn't even have to stretch because he's so tall. And again, like I love to say, that's why you have a 6'6" first baseman for plays like that. And they're able to send him down for out number 2.
Top of the lineup now, number 33, Justin Simpson.
And now here's Justin Simpson. Base hit and a ground out for him today. Looks to get on base for a 3rd time. He's one of 2 caught stealing victims of Dawson Martin. So yeah, I don't think they're going to run on him again today. Guerrero kicks, delivers, breaking ball. That's a strike on the inside corner, 0-1. Great pitch that time for Guerrero, pitching backwards against the leadoff man. So they're keeping Simpson batting from the right side, but a lot of right-handers in the bullpen for the Black Bears, so he'll probably have to flip around for the remainder of the game. Here's the 0-1. That sails north. 1 ball and 1 strike coming up. The Apple Sox have had a bit of an up and down season. They got off to a really nice start, but have lost 4 of their last 6 ball games. So they're 2-4 in their last 6. They started off 5-3, and now have fallen behind the Wenatchee, or rather the Yakima Valley Pippins, who have just been scorching hot this season. They have the 2nd best record in the West Coast League at 8-3, only behind Corvallis, who are 10-4. And here's the 2-1 pitch. Swung on, grounded to third. Martinez is there, gloves it, fires on a line to first, and they will put him down for the final out of the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. As now Guerrero has retired 8 in a row as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. We're halfway through. The Black Bears will come to bat, trailing 1-0. You are tuned in to Cowlitz Black Bears Baseball on KADO and YouTube. We'll be right back. Yeah, that'd be nice. Here we are in the bottom of the 5th inning, having a quick conversation with our TV producer here as the food smells awfully good here at David Story Field. It's going to be Toriano Sweet, Henry Mensch, Dawson Martin due up here in the bottom of the 5th inning. The Black Bears only trail it by 1, so looking to bounce back. So the first offering to Sweet is a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Salinas only have 54 pitches now. Just needed 53 to get through the first 3, or rather the first 4 innings. Highly economical on the mound as the 0-1, a breaking pitch, and that misses high and tight to Sweet. 1 ball and 1 strike coming up to him. Black Bears offense has been really good as of late. Scored 12 runs in the first 2 games combined as this is down and away. 2 balls and 1 strike coming up to him. His 4th appearance overall is making his 3rd start. He had a short one last time against Bellingham. He gave up some runs. As the next one misses outside, and Sweet has worked the count to 3-1. Sweet would love to walk here, get on base any way he can. The Black Bears have not had a leadoff base runner in any of these innings. They've only have 2 men aboard all game long. It's a 3-1. It's in the air by Sweet, golfed high into right. Duffalo, with plenty of time, is able to glove it and make the grab and put him away for out number 1. So Henry Mensch now coming up. He is 0 for 1 with a flyout today. Mensch gave one a ride to dead center field, but it was caught by Enzo Apodaca. That one went pretty far, especially considering how deep center is here as Mensch takes one in, 1-0. Dimensions here at David Story Field. It's 306 down the left field line, 342 to the short porch. Over and left in the power alley, 387 at dead center, and 326 over to right field. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss by Mensch as he chases that one down and outside. Even count now at 1-1. Sun's starting to come down, and of course that means it starts really showing itself here in the press box. So we make some adjustments in here. Of course, I could certainly use a tan, that's for sure. 1-1 now. Breaking pitch above Mensch's head, and actually doesn't even have to move to get out of the way. 2-1 due up to the Black Bears left fielder. And don't miss the upcoming series against the Bend Elks coming up here. Against the Black Bears, they'll come to town and take on Cowlitz. 6:35 p.m. tomorrow. Tickets available at CowlitzBlackBears.com. Also the box office over here. Opens an hour before every contest. Next one to Mensch, missed outside, so now the count 2-2. The Black Bears still trying to find their way aboard any way that they can. And the righty deals the 2-2. Misses below Mensch's knees, and another 3-ball count coming up. Last time it was 3-1 against Toriano Sweet, and he swung at the pitch, ended up flying out. Mensch, though, with a full count. And every time Salinas has gotten into this type of situation, he has fired a strike as the payoff pitch. Well, that trend is broken. Ball 4. First walk issued of this game by Hunter Salinas. So 1 out base runner for the Black Bears as Dawson Martin will step on up. He's 0 for 1, hit a hot shot to the third baseman, but Bethencourt was able to handle it.
He's our catcher going to University of Nevada, Reno.
And the first pitch to Martin. That's a fastball strike on the inside corner, 0-1. And now, yet again, we have the scheduling announcement for you due to the heat on Saturday and Sunday. We'll be pushing the start time back to 7:30 p.m., so grab your tickets at CowlitzBlackBears.com to come see Cowlitz take on to the Bend Elks. And those games will be at 7:30. The first game on Friday, though, still at 6:35. As the 0-1 changeup, swing and a miss by Martin, and the count now 0-2.
Hospitality partner
as Salinas doing something he hasn't had to do too often today and throw out of the stretch so far. A couple of strikes to Martin. Checks over at Mensch. He's leading off the bag at first. Has 3 stolen bases as Martin takes a fastball inside now. 1 ball and 2 strikes coming up to him. Mensch now 10 feet off the bag. Wilson Weber waiting on deck, looking to come up to the plate with A lot of men on base. This one misses low. Here comes the throw, and Mensch is going to be in there easily. So Henry Mensch with stolen base number 4 on the season for him. And Dawson Martin took that one low, so now a much better count to hit in 2-2. And a runner in scoring position for the Cowlitz Black Bears, the first time that they've had a man advance to second base today. Or my mistake, Stinson made it over to third, as he was able to swipe it back. So 2 stolen bases for the Black Bears. This curveball is caught on a miss by Martin, and he's sent down swinging for the second out of the bottom of the 5th. So now here comes Wilson Weber. He is 0 for 1 with a strikeout looking. Definitely will be swinging the stick this time around, trying to punch in a run for the Black Bears, as neither team has scored since the top of the first inning. It's just a 1-0 Wenatchee lead. First one to Weber, hits one hard on the ground, but right at the shortstop Grove. Fires low to first, and it's picked up on a hop by Stuka, and will bring him down for the final out of the inning. No runs on no hits, no errors, and 1 left aboard. The Black Bears still throwing up zeros here as we head to the top of the 6th inning. And Wenatchee will come to bat with the 1-0 lead. You're tuned in to Cowlitz Black Bears baseball right here on YouTube and KEDO. Jake Dent taking the mound for the Black Bears, so that is it for Tyson Guerrero. He cannot win. He can only lose today, despite his amazing effort out on the mound. Guerrero went 5 innings of 1-run ball. It was earned on 91 pitches, 60.4% for strikes. 55 of them went over the plate. He allowed that 1 run on just 4 hits, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts, and he retired the final 8 batters that he faced. So Dakota Duffalo, Adam Grobe, and Tino Bethencourt will go up against Jake Dent, who was good in his last appearance. He's thrown 7 innings, allowed 4 runs on 8 hits, 5 walks, and 7 strikeouts, a whip of 1.86.
Now there is a new pitcher on the mound, number 38, Jake Dent.
And Dent, one of the many big guys for the Black Bears.
He's a tall guy, too, 6'4".
Yep, 6'4", 235 pounds from Sonoma State from Pinole, California. One of 2 Sonoma State pitchers that Cowlitz have. Michael Benz, the other one. First one from Dent is a downhill fastball off the outside edge, 1-0. And Jake Dent struggled a little bit to start the season, and now it's getting better. And his last appearance was back in game number 1 of this series. He walked 3 batters, struck out 1, but did not allow a run in 1 inning pitched. In fact, he now has 4 consecutive outings without allowing an earned run, dating back to June 12th, as the next one misses low, so the count now 3 balls and no strikes.
Sponsoring the Chucka Ball tonight is Heritage Bank.
So yeah, he's now making his 8th appearance of the season, 1 inning per. And speaking of Michael Benz, we probably won't see him today. He's definitely unavailable after pitching 4 innings in the first game. As Dent able to float in that pitch right on the inside corner. 3 balls and 1 strike coming up. Only 1 run back in the first inning. Dakota Duffalo was the only man to cross the plate today, as this is chopped foul and into the Black Bears dugout. That'll go down by the bench over there. Fill up the count now at 3-2. So the Black Bears turning it back over to the bullpen. Probably will get 1 inning out of Dent as another righty warming up for them. Thrown over with Jacob Burley as the payoff pitch comes on in, and Dent catches him window shopping. Strike 3. He got him on the outside corner and sends him down looking for out number 1. So after falling behind 3-0, he's able to climb right back into this game, or right back into the count, and send him down for out number 1.
This is number 10.
And Dent, his best pitch certainly is his fastball. Good downhill movement on it. And loves to locate it near the knees of guys, especially down and outside. As Adam Grobe steps up, he is now 0 for 2 today with a strikeout and a ground out to Martinez. First pitch, fastball, that's a strike right at the belt, 0-1. So now after falling behind 3-0, he's thrown 4 consecutive strikes. What a turnaround from that first appearance in this series where he walked the bases loaded. Here's the 0-1, and that one off speed and a little bit low and outside. Martin tried to frame it there, but Jordan Smart did not believe that crossed the plate, so the count 1-1. And Dent kicks, fires, 1-1 pitch, and Martin again tries to pull that one in, but off the black of the plate outside, 2 balls and a strike. Dawson Martin, a analytics darling behind home plate, the way that he's able to pull pitches over. Righty-righty matchup. First time that this Apple Sox order has faced a right-hander. Guerrero, the southpaw, went through the first 5 as Dent misses away. Now the count 3-1. So let's see if he goes back to that fastball that he was so successful with against the last batter. Rocks delivers 3-1 and ball 4 that missed outside, so jumped ahead 0-1 and then 4 consecutive off the plate. Bit of a back and forth appearance so far for Dent as Tino Bethencourt will step up with a man on and just 1 down. We're here in the top of the 6th inning, really zooming through this one. The game's just 1 hour and 22 minutes old. Bethencourt walked and popped out to the first baseman Shepard as Dent now back in the stretch. He has his cleat smack dab in the middle of the rubber as he fires a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Bozette over in the hole, not pinched too far over towards second with a pull-hitting right-hander at the plate. Bethencourt with an open stance to try to catch those inside pitches. As Dent fires over to first, not in time. Shepard able to glove it. And this is one of the stronger infield alignments for the Black Bears today with Bozette and Nishida up the middle. Martinez also can really flash it over at the hot corner, and we all know how good Jaden Shepard is at first. Here's the 0-1. Swung on and fouled with a lot of spin. That's going to trickle and just stop dead in its tracks in front of the on-deck circle for the Black Bears, so we'll make it an 0-2 count. So 0-2 coming up. So Black Bears just trying to keep this a 1-0 ball game. And another throw over. Ooh, nice spot there, but diving back in time was Grobe. Shepard didn't really have much of a chance to get him there, but it still was a nice throw. Grobe 2 steals and as many attempts. But Martin's gunned down 2 in a row today. As the 0-2 breaking ball misses high, Martin thinks about throwing to first, but wisely opts to just keep it in there. Bethencourt atop the leaderboards with 3 home runs and a huge second-place tie there. A couple of players with 4, including Will Chambers of the Ridgefield Raptors. Here's the 1-2. Breaking pitch is chopped in into left field for a base hit. Bozette couldn't get over there in time. The ball was hit too hard, as that's a base hit. First hit allowed by the Cowlitz Black Bears since the 3rd inning. As now Luke Stuka will come up. He's 1 for 2. The single and a strikeout has knocked in the only run of the ball game for the Wenatchee Apple Sox. So now with the man on second base, let's give you the runners in scoring position numbers for Wenatchee. They are just 1 for 2, haven't had a lot of chances. First offering to Stuka is cranked but foul. Over on the left side, right in front of the Apple Sox bullpen, 0-1. So they made a lot of noise, but just a loud strike. And now lefty Riku Nishida warming up in the bullpen. He hasn't made an appearance in, oh no, not Riku Nishida, my mistake. It's Toma Moresi. It looked like a 5 out there. But that is indeed a 6. I mean, both of them go to Mount Hood Community College. And both where single digits are a bit on the shorter side. As the 0-1 coming in. This is a high chopper over towards first base, but that's going to land foul and continue to roll. Shepard able to grab that one, and the count now 0-2. Black Bears in a bit of a jam here with 2 on and just 1 away. Dent struck out the first batter, then allowed back-to-back base runners on a walk and a hit over on the left side. But he's ahead now 0-2. Let's see if he busts out the breaking ball now. From the stretch, peeking over at Grobe at second base, hopping behind the bag is Bozette. The next one is a downhill fastball that's hit in the air over on the left side. Martin looks over, and this is going to land in the bleachers out of play. Ooh, and a nice play by a fan over there off the hop. And that bearded man with the cap at the sunglasses does the right thing and gives that baseball over to a younger fan. I saw him over at the concession stands earlier. He's all decked out in his Black Bears gear. You'd love to see it out here at David Story. So another 0-2 coming up. 3 straight foul balls from Stuka as Dent hasn't been able to fool him yet. The other 0-2. And he got him that time. Swing and a missed strike 3. So Dent with his second strikeout of the ball game and sends Stuka down for out number 2. As Stuka has now struck out twice today. Here comes Aiden Selfridge, another man that has a couple of punch outs. One looking, one swinging. Both of them against Guerrero. Now facing a righty for the first time today. Dent comes set, checks behind him. First pitch, curveball, and a little high. Tried to front door him there and drop it in on the upper half, but it now falls behind 1-0. Up next is Colin Villegas. The catcher waits on deck, but Dent would like to avoid facing him at all. Right, you see the lefty throws very hard, warming up in the bullpen. As Dent's 1-0. Fastball down and outside, 2 balls and no strikes coming up. Grobe on second base, Bethencourt over at first. It's a rubber game of this 3-game set. Both teams won once, as Wenatchee won 8-5 in game 1, and the Black Bears were able to take yesterday's game by a score of 7-5. Today, a much lower scoring affair, just 1-0 in favor of the Apple Sox. 2-0, 3-0. Down and outside. Cowlitz looking to win their first series against this Wenatchee Apple Sox team since way back in 2017, July 11th through 13th. That was a road sweep for the Black Bears. They actually won that season series 5-1. Dent's 3-0. Fastball, that's a strike on the inside corner, so trying to climb back in here. 3 balls and 1 strike, not plural. Coming up to Selfridge. Yeah, just the 1 run in the top of the first inning, and that is it. As the next one is low and away, ball 4. Another walk for Dent. Now the base is loaded after a hit. And 2 walks, and Moresi still warming up in the pen. A righty coming up as Dawson Martin going to have a quick chat with Dent. All he's got to do is throw strikes here. Villegas 1 for 2, a single and a flyout, but the defense for the Black Bears has played a really tight game so far.
This is number 32, Colin Villegas.
Colin Villegas with the bases loaded and 2 down. Tight spot for the Black Bears. They trail by 1. Looking to keep it that way. First pitch is popped up sky high over on the left side. Martinez running over and stops in his tracks as he runs out of room. Goes way out of play, 0-1. So Dent does the right thing, able to jump out ahead of the batter. Black Bears offense hasn't really been able to do much of anything. Only 3 runners have reached. 1 walk, 1 hit, and 1 error. That's all that's been allowed by Salinas. Here comes the 0-1. as this is hit high and deep in the air to right. This one is going back towards the track, sweet near the wall, and jumps to make the grab for the final out of the inning. And the Black Bears able to get out of it with no damage. They made you sweat, but still did not allow a run. No runs on one hit, no errors, and 3 left aboard. Let's go to the bottom of the 6th inning. The Black Bears trailing by just 1 and coming up to bat. You're tuned in to Cowlitz Black Bears Baseball right here on YouTube and KADO. Bottom of the 6th inning, a good time for the Black Bears to try to get their bats going here against Hunter Salinas, who's back out here for his 6th inning of work. He's only used 70 pitches, but 39 strikes. A little bit over that 50-50 mark, as the Black Bears will send up 9, 1 and 2, Martinez, Nishida, and Bozette. Only 1 hit for the Black Bears today. And this is only the 2nd time Martinez is coming up. And Salinas has faced just 2 over the minimum.
Number 39 is Nathan Martinez.
Because he had a double play ball and otherwise has only reached 2 other men to base. First pitch to Martinez, swing and a miss on the breaking pitch, 0-1. Martinez is 0 for 1 with a ground out over to the first baseman Luke Stuka, who promptly stepped on the bag to take him down himself. And the 0-1. Skips in the dirt, 1 ball and 1 strike. And yeah, the Black Bears will take a walk here. Anything to put some traffic on. The pitching has done its job. Only 1 run allowed in the 6 innings. Now it's the offense's time to take care of business here. We know they can do it. They've become more potent as the season has gone on. Martinez takes one low, 2-1. Yet the 3 Black Bears to reach are Jacob Stinson on an error, Brock Bozette on a hit, and then a walk to Henry Mensch as Martinez takes a strike on the inside black, 2-2. Bases clear with nobody out here. We're just getting going in the bottom of the 6th inning. Game continues to zoom along here at David Story Field. And now the 2-2. Martinez checks his swing, and they're going to say that he fouled it into the glove of Villegas. And Martinez didn't think that he fouled it off, but Jordan Smart says he did, so another strikeout for Salinas. That's only 4 for him today as Riku Nishida comes up. Well, if anyone can manufacture his way aboard, it's Nishida. He's 0 for 2 today with a couple of balls over to the shortstop. And the count 1-0 as Nishida looked to bunt, pulled it back. As this is hit in the air and foul over by the Bob Sporting Goods party deck. 1 ball and 1 strike coming up to Nishida. So now Bethencourt coming in a little bit further at third, but I still think there's no damage done if Nishida tries to drop one down. As he does square again, this one is a fastball strike at the knees, and he'll have to pull that bunt back now. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Nishida with a ton of speed, breaking ball. This is laced in the air into right field in the gap, and on the run, diving and making the play is Dakota Duffalo. My goodness. I thought for sure Nishida was going to get an extra base hit. Instead, Dakota Duffalo stays with it the whole way, lays out, and makes the play. And that's just the kind of day that the Black Bears offense has been having. And that hard line drive
Number 3, Brock Bozette.
goes for nothing as Brock Bozette comes up, and he'll try to get aboard again. First pitch to Bozette is low and outside for a ball, 1-0. Bozette got a hit and grounded one out, one of 3 base runners today. As this is hit and into left field in the air, coming over to make the grab is Selfridge, and he will make the grab for the final out of the inning. So the Black Bears still with no runs to score so far. 6 shutout innings for Hunter Salinas. 1-2-3 inning once again, as the Black Bears will go back on defense, and Wenatchee will come up to bat with the 1-0 lead right here on 99.1 FM, 1400 AM, KEDO, Longview, and Kelso, and YouTube. We will be right back after these messages.
There's a new pitcher on the mound.
So Toma Moresi,
Number 6, Toma
left-hander,
Morasi, and he is from Wenatchee,
is
Japan.
dealing from Wenatchee, Japan, Mount Hood Community College. Big smile out there on the mound, and comes back out, only making his second appearance for the team. Has only pitched 2/3 of an inning and allowed no earned runs on 1 hit and 1 walk for him. Also hit a batter, so that'll be it for Jake Dent. Through a scoreless inning, struck out 2, and allowed no runs on 1 hit and 2 walks. So that's it for Dent, as we'll see what Morasi's got. He was experiencing a little bit of tightness in his legs a few games ago, and I asked him every day, and every day he said he's feeling a little bit better, and now comes back out and is ready to go. We had 4 saves this year for Mount Hood Community College, and we'll try to just hold serve here in the top of the 7th inning. Not a lot of action in this game. Just 1 run on 5 hits, 1 error, 6 left for Wenatchee. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left for the Black Bears on this gorgeous evening out here in Longview. And hey, if you want to be part of the action out here in Longview at David Story Field, why don't you pick up some tickets at www.cowlittsblackbears.com or join Abby in the ticket booth an hour before every game and get your tickets right there. We have some really styling tickets here. Good design.
To buy a Chuck-a-Ball for charity presented by
As I found one after a game, I saved it for safekeeping. It's just a good look. We have a fun logo here at David Story. So Zach Taglia gonna come up. 0 for 2, a fielder's choice and a flyout. Morasi, the lefty, against a righty, a lefty, and a switch hitter, fires a fastball on the outside corner for a strikeout, 0-1. And Morasi's got a big-time fastball, also a slider in there as well. Or my mistake. No, he's got a slider and a curveball. This is downstairs 1-1 in the changeup. He's been working on a couple different pitches in the pen. As the 1-1 coming on the way to the right-handed hitter. Bases empty, top of the 7th. Cruising here at David Story. Next pitch from Morasi is that curveball that runs down and in. 2-1 now coming up. When Morasi first came over to the team, he struggled a little bit with his control, but you could tell that he's got absolutely filthy stuff. As he kicks, delivers the 2-1, and this is a slow rollover towards third. Martinez on the run, picks it up, sidearm throw, and he got him. Nice little 5-3 as Martinez continues to field wonderfully over there at third base.
Up to bat now is number 1, Enzo Apodaca.
And now Enzo Apodaca 0 for 2, a fly out and a ground out. Second time, or rather, has only faced lefties today. Did not have an opportunity to come up against Den as this is fouled back. And the count, no balls and 1 strike. Yeah, Moracey now certainly looking better. Grabs the rosin a little bit for some extra grip. As the shadows now starting to cascade down from the trees in left field and really blanket the field. The 0-1 is downstairs. Martin tried to pull it up, 1-1. Just looking for 1 clean inning out of him. He's only been able to get through 2/3 of an inning so far. He was pulled after 1 game without getting an out, as this is high and the count 2-1. Due to a little bit of discomfort. But he looks good here today. He's got a nice smooth motion and it's been throwing hard out there. Now the 2-1 comes in, fastball swing and a miss by Apodaca. And we're even now at 2-2. So Toma Moracey showing his stuff, especially his best pitch, that hard fastball. I don't exactly know the velocity, but my guess is probably low 90s. As the 2-2 is just off the outside edge. Moracey can't believe it. I think Apodaca thought it was ball 4 the way he was walking out. As Moracey puts his arms out. And the count now full, 3-2. Coming up for the Black Bears will be 3-4-5 as they're starting to run out of outs here. This is skied high in the air and foul over on the left side, and that'll make it beyond the seats. Payoff pitch coming up. Now another payoff coming up. Holds the glove high above his head. Holds his leg. Now the 3-2. Grounder through the hole on the right side. That's going to go for a base hit. Sweet's going to pick it up. It's the 6th hit of the contest for Wenatchee. As they put a man aboard here in the top of the 7th with 1 down. As the lineup will flip over for Justin Simpson.
Justin Simpson.
Simpson is 1 for 3. Single to lead off the ball game and then grounded out a pair of times over to the left side. Black Bears would certainly love another ground ball this time around. So Moracey now going to pitch from the stretch with the runner over on first base. He is a little slow to the plate. Let's see if he shortens his delivery. Yeah, goes to the slide step. Look out as Simpson is plunked and hit right in there on the arm. He'll go over to first base, and now 2 men aboard for Dakota Duffalo.
27, Dakota Duffalo.
Duffalo, 1 for 2. Walked, singled, scored a run, and struck out. Righty against lefty Moracey. Back to the slide step delivery. And kicks, fires, misses high and outside. Maybe tried to compensate a little bit too much after he missed in before, count 1-0. Got an arm playing catch in the pen for the Black Bears. That's Keegan Wright. It's been one of the best relievers on the team from San Diego Christian. And Nishida running in and out from second base. Breaking ball from Moracey. Up and away, 2-0. And the Black Bears are finishing up this 3-game set, getting ready to host the Bend Elks coming up next. First game of that series will be tomorrow at 6:35 p.m. CowlittsBlackBears.com for more information. And Toma sets, kicks, fires, 2-0, and that's upstairs. 3 balls and no strikes coming up.
For the Black Bears.
Wenatchee, just 1 for 4 with runners in scoring position. Moracey does not want to walk him to get to Adam Grobe. As now Wright warming up in a hurry. Here's the 3-0, and look out, up and in, ball 4. And another walk. Now the base is loaded, so a walk, a hit, and a hit batter. Dawson Martin going to go out and talk to Toma now. As Keegan probably going to start speeding things up over there.
Make some more noise.
So there is 1 down here in the top of the 7th.
We like it loud out here.
Grobe is 0 for 2 with a ground out, a strikeout, and a walk. Moracey has to get a strikeout or some kind of ground ball here. As the way the Black Bears have been hitting today, they definitely want to keep it to a 1-run deficit. Although you never know, if Salinas comes out,
That's what I'm talking about.
Or starts to falter late. He has thrown 81 pitches across 6. Black Bears bats could begin to heat up.
Number 10 is up now, Adam Grove.
And the one time he put the ball in play was a ground out to third base. Corners are playing in to guard against the bunt, as the middle infielders are pinched back looking for that double play ball. Marisi kicks, delivers first one, and the fastball is high, 1-0. Marisi is now thrown 17 pitches. Just 6 of them have gone for strikes. One-0 is now a 1-1 count as Marisi able to drop in that curveball in the inside corner. Lights are on here at David Story Field. Sun is still setting, but plenty of time before darkness comes on over, and we'll end this game with the twilight sky. Here's the 1-1. Marisi with a swing and a miss on that changeup. Bottom fell right out of it. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And yeah, I was talking to Tillman before yesterday's game about that pitch. Because he threw so many different ones. Fastball, curveball, slider, and a changeup. I said, do you want to, thinking of adding a splitter? He said, no, my changeup really acts as that. As he gets that sinking action, he throws it again. Strike 3, he got him. Grove is down looking for out number 2. A huge strikeout from Marisi as the base is still loaded, but 2 down now in the top of the 7th inning.
Up now is number 18.
So here's Tino Bethencourt. He has 3 homers and 10 runs batted in on the season.
That pitcher on the mound, his name.
Apodaca on third, Simpson on second, and Dakota Duffalo on first base. Bethencourt's 1 for 2. He's walked, flied out, and singled. Big spot here for Marisi. Doesn't like the first sign. He's ready to go with the next one. And now back to the windup. First pitch is inside, nearly hit Bethencourt. Black Bears are fortunate that he was out of the way. 1-0. Marisi just trying to attack the zone here. Send him down and get out with no damage. 1-0. Swing and a miss. That's that changeup again. 1 ball and 1 strike. So Toma has that electric fastball, but man, that change of speed and the split action really makes a difference.
The sponsor of tonight's game is Hamer Electric.
And Marisi will look to try to strand the bases loaded. Be the second Black Bears pitcher to do that in as many innings. 1-1. Another time up and in. Bethencourt gets out of the way. 2-1 as Marisi tried to get him with the fastball. Unable to find the strike there as he's behind in the count. Hitters count for the cleanup man, Tino Bethencourt. This team came into the game just hitting .213 as a team and slugging just .291. 2-1. Marisi gets a grounder over to Bozette. Picks it up on a few hops. Is going to have to fire hard to first, and he got him. Once again, the Black Bears able to strand the bases loaded after the 6-3 gets the job done to retire the final man in the bottom of the 7th. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 3 left aboard. Let's go to the bottom of the 7th. It's stretch time here at David Story Field as the Black Bears get ready to come to bat, trailing 1-0, and will come up against a new arm for the Apple Sox. You won't want to miss it right here on KEDO and the Black Bears YouTube channel. We'll be right back. Jeffrey Heinrich takes the bump, so that'll be it for Hunter Salinas, and the Black Bears certainly happy that he's out of the game. He had an excellent start. He can win, but cannot lose, as Salinas Went 6 innings of scoreless baseball, 81 pitches, 46 strikes. It's 58.6%, or 56.8, my mistake. No runs on 1 hit, 1 walk, 1 man reached on an error, and he struck out 4. It's now Jacob Stinson, Jaden Shepard, and Toriano Sweet will try to do some damage against the bullpen for the Wenatchee Apple Sox. It's going to be Jeffrey Heinrich from Brentwood, California. Right-handed pitcher, 185 pounds, 6'3", a redshirt freshman at Santa Clara U. He's 0-0 on the season. In 2 appearances, 2 innings, has allowed 1 hit, 1 walk.
There's a new pitcher on the mound.
And 1 earned run. That was against the Bend Elks on June 19th.
Jeffrey Heinrich.
So Stinson is 0 for 2. He's one of the 3 base runners that the Black Bears have had today. Also was able to steal a base for him. Lefty against the righty. Heinrich comes set near the belt. Stands tall up there. Kicks, fires. A pretty erratic motion. A lot of moving parts there, but hits the outside part of the zone, and the count 0-1. Again, the Black Bears were only able to muster the 1 hit. Against the starter, and he'll have to beat up on the bullpen. They'll have 9 outs to try to get something going. They trail it only 1-0, still a close game, and they can bust it wide open. Stinson takes one down and out, 1-1 now. And the Counts Black Bears have, again, really been starting to hit the ball well. As the 1-1 coming up to Stinson, that curveball, and Stinson watches that up and inside, 2-1. Yeah, the Black Bears have only been shut out once this season. It was at their home opener against the Walla Walla Sweets. And yeah, right now, they score over 5 runs a game. This is hit hard off the barrel of Stinson's bat, but foul over on the left side. 2 balls and 2 strikes coming up. And now it looks like I saw Mark Wanarovich warming up again. And we'll see who the Black Bears turn to next. I think that'll be it for Moracey. Through 24 and was able to get him out. With no damage, as Stinson takes one down and in, and now after falling behind, or rather an even count 2-2, he was ahead 2-1, runs the count full 3-2. And yeah, some action going on in the Apple Sox pen. Double barrel action, 2 righties as Stinson laces this one into dead center field, and a shoestring catch is collected by Enzo Apodaca, and the Black Bears probably would have a couple of base hits today if not for the superb outfield defense of these Wenatchee Apple Sox. So Stinson now the latest victim of this Wenatchee defense, and Jaden Shepard gonna have to come up to the plate with nobody on. Shepard 0 for 2, a fly out to long and deep right field, and a strikeout looking. First pitch to the righty. That's a fastball strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Shepard can tie this game with 1 swing of the bat, although I'm sure the Black Bears would love at least a base hit. And now the 0-1. Shepard gets a hold of that one, and a sinking liner. It's picked up by the shortstop. He fires to first and puts him down for out number 2. Now, it seemed like he hit that ball a lot harder, but there's just a ton of spin on that ball with some serious sinking action. So Grove thought he was going to catch that one on the fly. Was unable to. Now 2 down. Here's Toriano Sweet.
Make some noise for Toriano.
Toriano is 0 for 2. He's grounded out and flied out, both to the right side. Sweet with a closed stance, right-handed hitter. Shin guard on the left leg. Puts the bat on his shoulder before the pitcher comes set and now pops it up. He's ready to go. First pitch breaking ball is high and outside for a ball, 1-0. 1 run on 6 hits, 1 error, 9 left aboard for Wenatchee. For Cal, it's just no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and only 2 left aboard. Had 3 base runners, and one of them was erased on a double play ball. It's the 1-0. And that misses outside, 2-0. To Toriano Sweet with Henry Mensch waiting on deck. The Black Bears now with only 7 outs to work with. But again, they only need 1 run and 2 to take the lead. Every time they send somebody up, they send the tying run to the plate, as this one is way low and off the glove of Villegas. 3-0 to Sweet. And you know he's going to be taken all the way here. Yeah, just gets the sign from Aaron Matthews, the first base coach. Bats have been quiet for the Black Bears, but still with time to come back. It's the 3-0. And that's a beautiful strike. Pounds the outside corner now, 3-1. So Sweet can do whatever he wants here now. Last time he had a 3-1 pitch, he swung on it and flied out to deep right field. Heinrich now sets near the belt, takes a big deep breath. Kicks, delivers, 3-1, and Sweet, was a little late on that one off the end of the bat, and lines that one almost completely sideways to the Apple Sox dugout, and now fills the count up 3-2. Nobody on, 2 down, bottom of the 7th. Wenatchee lead at 1-0 on the Black Bears as the Apple Sox have now turned to their bullpen. And the payoff pitch is a strike on the outside corner. They catch Sweet looking, and that'll do it in the bottom of the 7th inning. Another 1-2-3 inning against the Black Bears. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left to board. Let's go to the top of the 8th with 5, 6, 7 coming up for Wenatchee as they lead at 1-0. You are tuned in to College Black Bears Baseball on KEDO and YouTube. We will be right back. All right, so the day is done for Toma Moresi as he'll hand the ball over to right-hander Keegan Wright for the Black Bears. Moresi came on through an inning of scoreless relief through 24 pitches, 11 strikes, and walked one, hit one, allowed a hit, but struck a guy out and ultimately stranded the bases loaded as the Apple Sox have had plenty of chances, but they have left 9 guys on base. Here comes Keegan Wright out here, and on the season, picked up a save, a couple of wins as well. He's thrown 7 innings, allowed no runs on just 6 hits, 5 walks, 1 hit batter, and 9 strikeouts. Has a whip of 1.57. In his last appearance came against Wenatchee in that 8-5 loss. He went 2/3 of an inning, walked 2, and struck 1 out. As I believe he allowed an inherited runner to score, but always pitches really well with a clean slate. So he'll come out against Luke Stuka, Aiden Selfridge, and Colin Villegas. As once again, just trying to keep it a 1-0 ball game. Same defense out here for the Black Bears. And again, they've played an extremely clean game, especially the infielders. Some of that hasn't been very busy today. It's Jacob Stinson now that I'm thinking about it. Stuka, 1 for 3, single, couple of Ks. First pitch from Wright is a fastball that misses inside, 1-0. Keegan Wright told me on a bus trip coming back from Corvallis, he said he feels like he's pitching the best of his life. He had a really good senior season in high school, but since then he said he feels great. He's been loving the command of his pitches. Feels like he's in full control out there. Fastball, slider, changeup for him. And feels like he's really thriving in this setup role for the Black Bears. 1-1 as Stuka fouls this one away. And Keegan kicks, delivers 1-1, and that is inside. 2 balls and a strike to Keegan Wright. And Wright from San Diego Christian College, from San Clemente, California. 5'10", 195. Now the 2-1. Fastball, jam shot on a hop to Nishida, and he dives but cannot come up with it. So that's going to go into center field for a base hit. Nishida might have dove a little bit early after that one. Ultimately not able to come up with it, so first man reaches as Aiden Selfridge will step up. Selfridge has yet to put the ball in play today. Couple of strikeouts and a walk for him. As the first one to Selfridge misses off the plate for a ball, 1-0. Cowlitz Black Bears would like to remind you that Saturday and Sunday's games against the Bend Elks were originally scheduled for 6:35 p.m. and now have been pushed back to 7:30 p.m. And you can grab tickets to those games as well as tomorrow's home game at 6:35 at CowlitzBlackBears.com as Aiden Selfridge fouls this one off. 1 ball and 1 strike. And we just now hit the 2-hour mark in today's game. This has easily been the fastest contest that we've had between these two squads in this three-game series. 1 ball, 1 strike, runner on first. Next pitch from right, swing and a miss off that changeup. And the count now 1-2. Let's take a quick look around the West Coast League. Ridgefield have stormed back. They're now up 11-7 on the Yakima Valley Pippins. And man, what an offensive series that has been. They're in the top of the 5th at the Ridgefield Outdoor Recreational Complex. Bend and Bellingham tied at 4 in the top of the 7th at Joe Martin Field. And Corvallis have taken the 3-2 lead on the Portland Pickles in the bottom of the 4th at Walker Stadium. As Wright's 1-2 down and away, 2-2. And that Bend game is in the top of the 7th inning. Luke Stuka, tall drink of water at first base. Conservative lead, only about 7 or 8 feet off the bag. Being held on by Jaden Shepard as the 2-2 is a small jam shot, and that's going to go into right for a base hit. Stuka was hustling, so he's going to round second, head for third. Here comes the cutoff throw over to second, and Aiden Selfridge gets aboard. Runners on the corners now, nobody out, and Colin Villegas coming up to bat. So Keegan Wright certainly in need of a strikeout here.
Is the catcher for the Apple Sox.
So Villegas 1 for 3, single and a couple of flyouts. Pop-up gets the job done too. Keegan from the extreme first base side of the rubber has put runners on the corners. First pitch, this is crushed deep into left field, and that's going to land for a foul ball. Man, and the Black Bears really caught a break. Not a lot of room over there in that corner, but that baseball found that little bit of crevice. That little crevice over there, I should say, over in that corner. And for now, still a 1-0 ball game. So just a loud strike. Keegan Wright getting some cheers from the stands as he's ahead in the count 0-1, and yeah, probably not going to give him an inside fastball again. Selfridge over on first as this one is smoked foul, but this time on the right side and right ahead now 0-2. Selfridge with 2 stolen bases on the season. Waits over there at first, and this might not be the worst time for Wenatchee to bunt, although now with an 0-2 count, maybe they shouldn't, but maybe with Tagalia coming up next. And Wright steps off the rubber very quickly and will keep Selfridge close over there. 1 run now on 8 hits, 1 error, 9 left for the Apple Sox. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left for the Black Bears. And now the 0-2. Curveball is in the air on the right side. Sweet running a long way over, and that's going to land foul. Well, we've seen Sweet dive over for some of those, but that one even out of his reach. 3 consecutive foul balls for Villegas.
Black Bears partner, Longview Physical and Sports Therapy.
1 on the left side that was nearly a bases clearing double, and then the other 2 on the right, not too big of a threat to land for a hit. And Villegas making only his second start of the summer, 3rd appearance. Keegan trying to fool him here, 0-2. Slide step delivery, and another small pop-up into shallow right. Nishida's there, makes the grab, and puts him down for out number 1. Toriano Sweet was hustling in, but there's no way he was going to be able to make a grab on that one. So on the pop out, the Black Bears catch a break, and there's 1 down here.
This is number 28, Zach Tolia.
And now I'm told it's Zach Tolia. I've been saying Taglia. I guess the G is silent. So Tolia, 0 for 3 fielder's choice, ground out, and a fly out today. Fly out was to deep right, and the ground out and the fielder's choice both to the third baseman Martinez. First pitch from right, fastball up and inside, 1 ball and no strikes. And Tolia, another one just making his third appearance, batting in the 8th spot. And he is now 3 for 10 on this young season. Here's the 1-0. Runner goes. This one is inside. Dawson Martin pump fakes and will not try to get Selfridge down. So Selfridge gets to second base on his 3rd steal of the season, and the count now 2-0. And that's a bit of a problem for the Black Bears, as now both runners in scoring position. That ground ball double play is really not in effect anymore. So now that'll force the entire infield in for the Black Bears. It's a 1-0 game, but it feels like a lot more. And right, kicks, fires, 2-0. Fastball there on the outside corner. He needed that one. 2-1 as Wright has now thrown 16, 10 for strikes. I'd like to remind you to stay tuned after the conclusion of this ball game for the Counts Black Bears post-game show brought to you by the Daily News. As the 2-1 misses high above the belt, 3 balls and 1 strike. And we will have a Counts Black Bears player of the game up here for an interview. You can also catch it on the Daily News website at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. Just in case some of you are not night owls for it. Wright's 3-1. And this is a chopper, and unfortunate play as that goes right up the middle for a base hit. Stinson can't handle it, and 1 run will score. Here comes the second one. He will score. Zach Tolia with a 2-run single, and they extend their lead now to 3-0. Those are the first runs that Keegan Wright has surrendered all season long. So now here comes Enzo Apodaca, and well, the Black Bears now can get a ground ball double play, but the damage has been done in the inning. But you know, the Black Bears still only down by 3. First pitch from right, fastball, high and away, 1-0. As, again, Keegan had not allowed a run all season long until today. And for him, that ends a 7 1/3 inning scoreless stretch. As Apodaca fouls this one over on the left side, right by the Black Bears dugout. 1 ball and 1 strike to him. They got a good start from Tyson Guerrero, only surrendering 1 run in his 5 innings of work. As a swing and a miss now from Apodaca makes it 1-2. Then Jake Dent and Tomo Moresi both loaded the bases but left everybody stranded.
KLOG, Cooking Country, 1015 The Wave.
It's now 1-2 count coming up. Keegan Wright can cover all his bases with a breaking ball here. They're getting a ground ball or a strikeout, 1-2. And he does go with the changeup there, high and outside. Misses spot, 2-2. On deck is a lefty, or rather switch hitter batting lefty, Justin Simpson. Right, nods for the signs. Checks over at first. Here's the 2-2, and this is off the end of the bat. Down the left field line and down for a base hit. Mensch picks it up. Runner's going to round second, head for third. The throw is not in time, and it's a 1-out double, putting 2 in scoring position again. Apodaca now 2 for 3 in the Apple Sox, continuing to hit off of Keegan Wright here.
We're at the top of the lineup now, number 33, Justin Simpson up to bat.
Well, it's hitting the exact right spot as Simpson now going to step up to the plate. Corey Kier has left the bench, and I think he's just going to signal over to the bullpen, see what's going on over there. First one to Simpson. And the breaking ball is a strike on the inside corner. No balls and 1 strike coming up to Simpson. The Black Bears really need to stop the bleeding right here. The Apple Sox do have 2 in scoring position. So it's going to be a tall ask for Wright. Probably has to get a strikeout here and then whatever he wants for the next guy. 0-1. Another fastball this time, but missed up. Asking the umpire where it missed, and I guess it had to be upstairs. 1-1. Infield in for the Black Bears. Trying to cut off the run on the slow tapper. With Tolia at third base and Apodaca at second. And Wright kicks, delivers. 1-1 pitch is high for a ball. That's pitch number 26 for him now, the 11th ball. As we now sit in a 2-1 count from Keegan Wright. Simpson 1 for 3. Single, couple of groundouts. He's also hit by a pitch. It's the 2-1. Is high again, and the count now 3-1. A walk would load the bases, but could help the Black Bears by pushing the middle infielders back to try to get a double play. So you might not want to give Simpson you might not want to groove one right now. Here comes the 31. And misses outside, ball 4, so did not give him a cookie here as the base is loaded for the third straight inning. And Wenatchee will set up Dakota Duffalo, or actually he's going to be pinch hit for. So they're going to send up the lefty Michael O'Hara to the plate. And now Brian Burris coming out to the mound. I think he might have seen enough here from Keegan Wright. It's the first time we've really seen him struggle today. As he's coming out. Has not taken the baseball from him. Unusual. As Corey Keir is actually out in the bullpen, so maybe just a regular mound visit. And hey, you know, as much as Keir knows about pitching, Brian Burris, with a long professional career and 6 major league seasons, pardon me. Pitch for the Pittsburgh Pirates, the Baltimore Orioles, and the Toronto Blue Jays. So giving Wright a vote of confidence here. Yeah, he can pitch to contact up the middle with O'Hara at the plate. So Michael at the plate, 6 for 20 on the season, hitting 300, 5 runs scored, 2 doubles, and 2 driven in. And is 0 for 8 so far in this series. Has walked 3 times. Wright fires the fastball on the outside corner. So whatever Burris said must have gotten through to him in the count 0-1. So as predicted, Bozette and Nishida are pushed back up the middle. Martinez and Shepard still even with their respective bags at third and first. Outfielders playing true out there. As the 0-1 is a breaking ball in for a strike, 0-2. Another arm warming up for the Black Bears. Right-hander. And Wright's 0-2. Popped up over on the left side, and that's going to go in foul territory as Corey Keir has now come back.
I love when the kids look up. Like, is that a free ball? Where'd it go?
Still an 0-2 count coming up to O'Hara. So another big pitch for Keegan Wright. Needs a strikeout here, as a fly ball or a ground ball that's not a double play will score a run. The Black Bears will have 6, 7, and 8 due up when it's their turn to come up this inning. Here's the 0-2. And again, slice foul, a bullet. And that's going to go behind Callitz's dugout. Final game against the Wenatchee Apple Sox. The Black Bears trail this one 3-0. Offense hasn't really been able to get going, but now they have made it to the Apple Sox bullpen, so seems like a good opportunity for them to rally back, especially if Keegan Wright can keep it just a 3-run deficit now. Bases loaded, 0-2. Popped up in shallow left center field. Bozette is there and will make the grab. Faking the tag there is Tolia as the Black Bears catch another break there. He decides not to go. Bozette was right under it to make the play. And now 2 down in the top of the 8th. Here's Adam Grobe, though. 0 for 3. Ground out, a couple of strikeouts, and a walk for him.
This is number 10.
So my guess is they'll probably leave O'Hara in right field as he came in for Duffalo, and that's where Duffalo had been. No need for them to really shuffle around too much. Tolia on third, Apodaca on second, and Justin Simpson on first base. Wright delivers and misses down and away. 1-0 coming up from the right-hander from San Diego Christian. Double-digit hits for the Apple Sox, just 1 for the Black Bears. Although Wenatchee have stranded 9 runners in this game, 1-0. That's a breaking pitch for a strike there on the outside corner. That's where he was looking for the first pitch, as he evens it up now at 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball is down and away. Wright was trying to get that one to be cut at, but nothing doing here. It's Tully on third base, the man that knocked in the 2 runs and extended this lead even further, and knocked in the first run since the first inning. This is a high chopper over to third. Going to be a really tough play. Martinez, the sidearm throw, and it's not going to be in time. An infield single by Adam Grobe scores a run, and now the Apple Sox are up 4-0. And Wenatchee sending up their 9th man to the plate. Tino Bethencourt, 1 for 3. A walk, fly out, single, and a ground out for him. So Wright just trying to smooth things over now, needs to get it out. First pitch, swing and a miss on the fastball to Bethencourt in the count 0-1. Yeah, the bullpen this series for the Black Bears, they're just having a little bit of a shaky series. They got a lot of talented arms back there, but these Apple Sox have been able to come through on them. Although it was tough on the Black Bears, as Carson Angeroth only made it through 2 1/3 in game number 1, as Keegan Wright throws another fastball inside, and Bethencourt fouls this one away, 0-2. Apodaca on third, Simpson on second, and Adam Grobe on first base. We're in the top of the 8th with 2 down, and Wenatchee with a crooked 3 up on the scoreboard. They lead it 4-0. So now just 1 arm warming up for the Apple Sox. They had double barrel action going before. Wright can end this small nightmare of an inning. 1 pitch right now. It's an 0-2 count. Bethencourt waggling the bat. Martin sending up inside. The next pitch is upstairs and in. Bethencourt decides not to chase. 1-2. And now this game a little bit more normal time. In like 2 hours and 17 minutes. It's the 1-2. Curveball, he got him. Strike 3, and Wright starts to walk off the mound before the strike was called, but he knew it the whole way, as Bethencourt is down looking for the final out of the inning. But the Wenatchee Apple Sox are able to come around on the Black Bears. Best relievers so far this season. 3 runs on 5 hits, no errors, and 3 left aboard. Let's go to the bottom of the 8th, and the Black Bears bats looking to get going here as they are coming up here, trailing by 4. You're tuned into Black Bears Baseball right here on KEDO and YouTube. Henry Mensch, Dawson Martin, Wilson Weber all coming up this inning as they try to get something, make something happen against Jeffrey Heinrich. Maybe that 3-run inning against them will wake the bats up. Mensch is 0 for 1. He's flied out, but he has walked as well. First pitch to Mensch. He rolls over it. Hopper over to third. Bethencourt shuffles, fires to first, and he's retired. So 1 pitch, 1 out. For Jeffrey Heinrich, who that was just his 15th pitch of the day. 9 of them have gone for strikes. Here comes Dawson Martin to the plate. He's 0 for 2, grounded out and struck out today.
They love it when you cheer for them, I'll tell you right now.
Black Bears only with the one hit today. Next pitch from Heinrich is the opening one to Martin. Curveball on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. And again, the Black Bears will take on the Bend Elks in a 3-game set. And that will begin tomorrow at 6:35 p.m. Tickets available at CouchBlackBears.com as this misses low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Also want to take the time to thank one of our key sponsors here with the Black Bears. In State Farm, contact your local State Farm agents here. And Longview, got a couple of fantastic ones as this curveball misses high and tight, 2-1. Bob Beal can be reached at 360-425-5432, and Scott Fisher at 360-432-9500. That's your local State Farm agents here in Longview, Washington. Now the 2-1 to Martin. Gets a hold of this one, drills it up the middle, and past the diving Simpson, and the Black Bears are able to get themselves their first base hit since the first inning. So Dawson Martin, maybe he's getting him started for something big here as Wilson Weber comes on up. Well, on a tough hitting day for the Black Bears 2 days ago. Not as tough, but day where offense was at a premium for sure. Weber knocked in 4. Let's see if he can get a base hit here to try to keep things moving. Nathan Martinez waits on deck. First pitch to Weber, and this is a high Baltimore chop. Going to be a tough play. Weber hustling hard down the line. Here comes the throw to first, and oh, they're going to say it's in time. I thought for sure that Weber had beat that one by at least a step, but the field umpire, Eric Swift, calls him out, and a really tough break for the Black Bears there. As now Dawson Martin moves into scoring position, but Weber is out on the 4-3. And you will seldom see a faster catcher than Wilson Weber, that's for sure. So the Black Bears with the runner in scoring position now. Martinez 0 for 2. Strikeout and a ground out. Comes up with Martin on second. First pitch, breaking ball, that is outside, 1-0. Top of the order coming up for the Black Bears. They trail by 4. They have been able to get their second hit of the game, but definitely going to need more than that to come back in this game. Heinrich from the stretch, 1-0. Misses away, 2-0 to Nathan Martinez. Hey, we've seen the Black Bears do a lot of damage with 2 outs before. So this inning's certainly not over. That's a good thing about baseball. No time limit, so the Black Bears still with more than a ghost of a chance to come back in this one. As the 2-0. Misses low, 3-0 to Martinez. So now Martinez with a big advantage. And yeah, definitely down by 4 with 2 down in the bottom of the 8th. He will almost certainly be taking all the way. So Heinrich essentially will get a free strike. Here comes the 3-0. Ooh, spikes that one. Ball 4 goes and knocks the mask off of Villegas. But a good block by him keeps Martin over at second base. But now there's 2 on, and Riku Nishida comes up to the plate. Now the Black Bears don't have to get all 4 of them right now. If they can just chip away right here with a Riku Nishida base hit, that'll be enough to help them grab some momentum moving forward. Riku's 0 for 3. Lined out twice and grounded out. Had a base hit completely stolen away from him. Straight up highway robbery. As Adam Grove made a diving stop over at shortstop. Nishida takes one low, 1-0, and Heinrich starting to lose the strike zone now. 5 straight off the plate. He's thrown 25 pitches, 12 for strikes. Nishida, lefty against the right-handed throw, and Heinrich. Martin dancing over on second base. Here comes the 1-0 to Nishida, and he turns that one right around, but fouls it into the screen behind home plate, 1-1. Right-hander continuing to warm up for the Apple Sox back there in the pen. And maybe he might have to come in a little earlier if Heinrich can't get out of this jam. 2 on and 2 down. Here's the 1-1. Nishida takes one way high. It's dropped by Villegas, but comes up with it quickly. So Martinez and Martin both freeze over at their respective bags. Can the Black Bears bats heat up as it begins to cool down here in Longview? 72 degrees, still sunny. Sun setting down, not supposed to be all the way down until 9:07. Next one to Nishida. Takes one in, and now the count 3-1. So the Cowlitz Black Bears, one pitch away from sending the tying run up to the plate. Here's the 3-1. Nishida takes one high, ball four. Just like that, the Black Bears will send up their top RBI man with the bases loaded and 2 down. And now Ian Sanderson taking the long, slow walk out there to the mound. The best chance all game for the Black Bears to score a run, and Wenatchee will turn to another arm against Brock Bozette. So they'll make the call to the bullpen here with 3 on, 2 down in the bottom of the 8th. Wenatchee up by 4. You won't want to miss it right here on KEDO and YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. All right, Jacob, a minute and a half for the pitching change, please. Thank you. Here we go in the bottom of the 8th inning. The new pitcher is going to be Tyler Chipman from Seattle University. 5'11", 170 pounds, a sophomore, right-hander from Kashmir, Washington. He inherits a tough situation with the bases loaded and 2 down, and the Black Bears, with a ton of confidence, Brock Bozette coming on up. And let's give you Chipman's numbers on the season. He's made 4 appearances, 6 2/3 of an inning, has not allowed a run, on 10 hits, 6 walks, 7 strikeouts for him. He's 1-1 on the season. His last appearance against Ben, he allowed 3 unearned runs on 2 hits and 2 walks, struck out 3. Now his whip is pretty high at 2.40, and the Black Bears would certainly like to see him match that number. As Bozette swings to the first pitch he sees, right to Bethencourt, and he steps on the third base bag to send him down, and that's the final out of the inning. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 3 left aboard for the Cowlitz Black Bears. Let's go to the top of the 9th. Wenatchee up 4-0, and the Apple Sox coming to bat. You are tuned into Cowlitz Black Bears baseball right here on YouTube and KEDO, or I should say, 99.1 FM, 1400 AM, Longview, Kelso, KEDO. We'll be right back. Well, the Black Bears going to turn to Jacob Burley, catcher from Brown University. And honestly, the way that he's tossing out there, he definitely looks familiar with pitching to me. So that'll be it for Keegan Wright. Definitely a rocky outing for him. The first time he's given up a run this season, he went 1 inning, let in 3, all earned on 41 pitches, 25 strikes, 61%. 5 hits, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout for him. As Burley will try to keep it a 4-0 deficit, the Black Bears left the bases loaded in the last inning. They had their man up there, Brock Bozette. It was 10 ribbies on the season, but just could not make it through. As Jacob Burley. Oh, he's even got some breaking pitches. I love it. He had to have pitched in high school or something, because he's way too comfortable up there throwing all those.
Number 22, Jacob Burley.
To have not pitched recently. They'll have a tough task to start off with. Luke Stuka is 2 for 4. He's singled twice on the outside of a couple of swinging strikeouts. So lefty, righty, righty coming up against him. Same trio that led off back in the top of the 8th inning as they batted all the way around, sent all 9 men to the plate. 4 runs, 11 hits, 1 error, 12 left aboard for Wenatchee. The Black Bears, no runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 5 left aboard. First pitch is crushed, and Jaden Shepard with the diving stop. He steps on first. Oh, what a play. Jaden Shepard.
Jaden Shepard.
With that gold glove level defense. Steals an extra base hit away from Luke Stuka and bails out. His pitcher right there. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Number 15, Aiden Selfridge.
So here comes Aiden Selfridge to the plate. 1 for 3, couple of strikeouts, a walk and a single. Burley pitching exclusively from the stretch, third base side of the rubber. First pitch misses low for a ball, 1-0. And this has been an offensive outburst for Wenatchee. And honestly, the Black Bears have done a really good job just mitigating the damage to 4 runs. 11 hits, you often see a much bigger number to the left as this one's popped up. Burley and Martin both calling each other off. This time it's going to be Martin who goes over and makes the grab. So 2 quick outs for Jacob Burley. So now here comes Colin Villegas, 1 for 4, single, and 3 flyouts, all to the right side. Well, based off his high school report from a few years ago, he did throw the ball from the outfield at 84 miles an hour and has definitely gotten some ticks since then. As the first pitch from him, curveball, misses inside, 1-0. I love that he's got a curveball too. This is not your ordinary position player is in to pitch. Oh no. He's got some stuff. As that fastball, though, dusts the plate. 2 balls and no strikes. Bases empty, 2 down in the top of the 9th. Black Bears trying to keep it a manageable 4-run deficit before coming up in the bottom of the 9th inning. Burley sets. Martin sets it right down the middle. And that one misses outside and low. 3 balls and no strikes coming up to the right-handed hitting catcher with Zach Toliga waiting on deck. And the next one to him is a changeup on the outside corner. I'm saying Tolia on deck. And the count 3-1 as Burley able to fire that one over. So in 7 pitches only, 3 have gone for strikes. 1 strike per batter. 3-1. Ooh, look out, up and inside, ball 4. So Villegas walks, and Zach Tolia going to come up. He's also 1 for 4 today. So today has just not been the Black Bears' day at the plate. The pitching has not been bad. Keegan Wright, though, I mean, he was due for an appearance that was not as smooth as his first bunch, surrendering the 3 runs. As the first one from Burley is a fastball missing low in the count 1-0. Well, Burley as a catcher certainly has a good sense of that strike zone. And he's caught many great pitchers that nibble on the corners, try to do it that time. As the runner goes, here's the 1-0. That pitch is the ball inside. The throw from Martin will go into center field, but Stinson right there to pick it up. And a 2-0 count coming up with Villegas over on second base. Yeah, Burley not really checking too much over on the runner. Yeah, not a ton of experience on the mound. Got the first 2 outs really quickly, though. Now the 2-0. Breaking ball. It's a slow tap over to third baseman. Picked up by Martinez on a few hops. Fires a little first. The pick, though, by Shepard sends him down for the final out of the inning. So Jacob Burley comes in and tosses a scoreless inning. No runs on no hits, no errors, and 1 left aboard. Let's do it. Go to the bottom of the 9th. Last looks coming up for the Black Bears. It'll be Stinson, Shepard, and Sweet against Tyler Chipman. You won't want to miss the exciting conclusion of this matchup right here on KDO and YouTube. Don't touch that dial. We will be right back. Bottom of the 9th inning. And the Black Bears only down by 4. They have 3 outs, though, to get those runs. It'll be the heart of the order in Jacob Stinson, Jaden Shepard, and Toriano Sweet. Now, it's been a tough day at the plate for all the Black Bears.
Now, number 18, Jacob Stinson.
And this heart of their order, 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Stinson, though, has put the ball in play all 3 times. Reached on air, grounded out, and lined out. Takes a strike on the outside corner as Chipman comes out firing 0-1. Chipman with no saves on the season. Got the final out with the bases loaded and 2 down in the last inning on just 1 pitch as he throws the exact same one to Stinson there, 0-2 on the outside corner. Chipman out throwing darts. Stinson, Shepard, Sweet. Triple S coming up for the Black Bears. As the 0-2 down and outside, that was definitely farther off. So good take by Stinson, who was not fooled on that pitch that was moved about 2 inches over.
The Saturday, Sunday games have been rescheduled to 7:30.
And the Black Bears will continue their homestand after this one. 3-game set against the Bend Elks as Stinson gets a piece of it. Ooh, and a nice catch by Jaden Shepard. His good fielding does not escape itself. Even when he doesn't have his glove on over there. Still made the nice play in the batter, and rather in the on-deck circle. And now the 1-2. Curveball, Stinson hits this one in the air, and that's going to dunk in for a base hit. So the Black Bears get started just as they want to. A nice little base hit into shallow center field, and now the fans starting to feel it. The Black Bears with 2 hits in as many innings, looking for more here with Jaden Shepard up. A comeback, unlikely? Yes. Impossible? Absolutely not, especially with this team. Stinson with plenty of speed over there. Already has a stolen base in today's game. Chipman now from the stretch. Here's Shepard. First pitch to him is a fastball inside, 1-0. And we did mention Chipman's whip at 2.4. That's very high, especially for a relief pitcher. So he will let on base runners. It's the 1-0. Down and away. 2 balls and no strikes. Shepard with plenty of pop, very patient up there, though, and it looks like right now Chipman's just attacking him with fastballs, and Shepard, honestly, he eats them for breakfast. 2-0 is slapped but foul. Shepard was ready for it but jammed up a bit as that came in on his hands, 2-1. Again, I'd like to remind you to stay tuned after the final out of this ball game for the Daily News post-game show. right here on YouTube and KEDO, so make sure you stay on after that. Unless there's a walk-off, we will be talking to Tyson Guerrero as Jaden Shepard takes one on the outside corner, 2-2. And Guerrero had a great start. 5 innings of 1-run baseball. Black Bears down by 4, though. Here's the 2-2 to Shepard. Breaking ball. That was definitely low. Below the knees. Fills the count at 3-2. A nice pitch by Chipman, though, but Shepard very disciplined up there at home plate. Stinson 10 feet off the bag at first. Shepard at the plate. Nobody out in the bottom of the 9th inning. Next pitch to Shepard. This is a slow rollover to the right side. Picked up by Simpson. He throws to first, and he'll send him down. So Shepard is out on the 4-3. Does push the runner over to second base.
Now is number 2, Toriano.
As Toriano Sweet comes up. The Black Bears starting to run low on grains of sand in the hourglass, though. Only 2 more offensive outs left to go. Here's Toriano Sweet. He's 0 for 3. Ground out, fly out, strikeout looking. Chipman kicks, fires. Sweet hits this one in the air to right field, and that's going to dunk it for a base hit. Stinson's going to round third as the ball is dropped out there in right field, or rather misplayed. It's an RBI single for Toriano Sweet, and the Black Bears strike back here. They only are down by 3 now. It is a 4-1 ball game. You get a feeling that Sweet was going to have one drop today.
Going to keep the match alive now, 13, Henry Mensch.
As the Black Bears not down yet, here's Henry Mensch. Mensch 0 for 2, a walk, a fly out, and a ground out. Chipman does give you a nice first pitch to hit. Let's see if Mensch jumps on it. Sweet with a lot of speed. This time the first pitch, though, very low, 1-0. Sweet can easily score on a double. Depending on where a base hit is located, he might be able to score from first. 1-0. Hit in the air by Mensch. Sky high, and that's way out of play on the right side. 1-1 coming up with Dawson Martin waiting on deck. The Black Bears have some good bench bats over there, but I don't think they're going to use them. They're going to roll with this crew coming up. Picket fence on the board. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Next one to Mensch is outside for a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike. Hitters count now for Mensch. 4 hits in the game for the Black Bears, 3 of them in the last 2 innings. Next one to Mensch. This is hit high into center field, way high. Going back towards the track is Apodaca, and he makes the grab, and the Black Bears now down to their final out. So Mensch once again gives the ball a ride.
Now 16, Dawson Martin.
But just a little too much air under it as Dawson Martin, now the Black Bears' final hope. If Martin can reach base, the tying run will come up in the form of Wilson Weber. Stolen base doesn't really help the Black Bears here because they need more than 1. Sweet, though, with a good enough lead off the bag, 10 feet off. First pitch to Martin, and he swings on it right away and turns on it foul on the right side, 0-1. Martin got his base hit. Back in the last inning, the Black Bears left the bases loaded. Chipman checks on the runner, 0-1. Breaking ball, that dunks a little too low. We're even now at a ball and a strike. Black Bears finally getting on the board here in the bottom of the 9th. Looking to carry that magic on as this is down and away to Martin, 2-1. Let's take another look around the West Coast League while we're at it. Ridgefield are up 11-9 now as the Yakima Valley Pippins are starting to scratch a few back in the top of the 7th. The Bend Elks and Bellingham Bells in a 6-6 tie in the top of the 9th at Joe Martin Field, and Corvallis up 5-2 on Portland. The top of the 7th at Walker Stadium. Martin takes another one low, 3-1, and the Black Bears 1 pitch away from putting the tying run at home plate. So there's 2 down now, 3-1 count. 4-1 the score. Wenatchee up on the Black Bears. Chipman kicks, delivers, and Martin fouls this one back. The Black Bears down to their final strike. That was that curveball from Chipman that had that incredibly late movement on it. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Chipman agrees with the signs. Sweet on first base. Dawson Martin, the last hope for Cowlitz. Can he do it? 3-2. Hit in the air and foul on the right side. So you can let out your breath and holds it again for the next pitch.
Make some noise for Dawson.
The Black Bears fans behind him. Josh Carter, a PA guy behind him. Every Black Bear is standing up in the bullpen, or rather in the dugout. They've all emptied the bullpen. Chipman, a long set, kicks, fires the 3-2, and Martin with the high chopper, and that's going to go foul. So once again, we'll have another payoff pitch. The Black Bears would love nothing more than to put Wilson Weber up with a big-time fastball thrower like Tyler Chipman. The Black Bears brought in a run after Jacob Stinson was able to get on base with a base hit. Shepard moved him over to second, and Toriano Sweet knocked him in with a single of his own. Martin looking to get on base here. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Swinging at anything close. Sweet goes, and that's high and outside, ball 4. Kerry Arboleda is going to wait on deck as Wilson Weber steps up to the plate. Weber is 0 for 3 today, but was 2 for 4 in his last game against Wenatchee with a 2-run shot and a 2-run double. Does he have another big hit left in him? 4 of his 5 hits this season have gone for extra bases. First one to Weber. Takes that one low for a ball, 1-0. A walk helps as well as Kerry Arboleda waits on deck. Black Bears trail by 3 in the bottom of the 9th. Chipman looking for his first save. Had a loss in his last game. Misses low again, 2-0. Looking over the Apple Sox. Do not have anybody. Oh, no, they have one righty warming in the bullpen. Okay, he was blending in with all the youth players out there. 2-0 to Weber. Swing and a miss at the high fastball. It was a bit late on that one. Certainly tried to tie the ball game with that swing. So 2-1, still a hitter's count for Weber. With his orange-barreled wood bat matching the team he's going to play for in the fall, or rather in the spring, as Weber takes a strike on the outside corner. Weber going to be an Oregon State Beaver and catch for them, as the Black Bears now down to their final strike yet again. Sweet on second, Martin on first. Deuces wild in the bottom of the 9th. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Weber with the open stance, waggles his bat. Chipman deals, and the breaking ball is down and away. They can't get Weber chasing that easily, and the count full yet again to back-to-back hitters. Weber the tying run on deck. The Black Bears have the go-ahead in the winning run. Just need Weber to get on base here. And the payoff, runners go. Weber crushes this one high and deep to center. This one's going away back there, and that's going to go off the wall. Sweet will score. Dawson Martin will score, and Wilson Weber comes up with a huge 2-run double and puts the tying run in scoring position. It's a 4-3 ball game. Wilson Wheels Weber, the Oregon State freshman.
Are you fired up yet?
Belted one. That is his 6th hit of the season, his 3rd double, and another big 2-run hit for him against these Wenatchee Apple Sox, and Kerry Arboleda gonna pinch hit for Nathan Martinez. That's gonna be it for Chipman. They're gonna turn to the bullpen when we come back. Bottom of the 9th. Go ahead, walk-off run at the plate for the Black Bears. Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back with some exciting baseball right after this call to the bullpen by Wenatchee. All right, minute and a half again, please. Thank you so much. Thanks. Oh, baby. Trust me, we got a ball game today. I'm seeing 18. Yep. Ah. Chase Grillo coming in. Tyler Chipman could not get the job done as he surrendered 3 runs in the bottom of the 9th inning to these Cowlitz Black Bears. They have a runner on second base in Wilson Weber, who had a 2-run double to keep this game going, and a 2-2 count nonetheless. Black Bears were down to their final strike a few times, have not gone down without a fight, as the right-handed pitcher from Gonzaga comes in to try to nail it down. 6'3", 205 pounds, collected the save against the Black Bears in an inning. Back in the first game of the series, walked 1, did not allow a hit, and struck out 3. On the season, he has 2 saves. He's hitting, or rather, throwing to a 2.25 ERA in 4 appearances, 4 innings, 7 strikeouts, 2 walks, 5 hits, and 2 saves. So here's Kerry Arboleda to the plate. He's been a menace against the Apple Sox this series, and he takes one high and outside, ball 1. Just like that, Arboleda in a hitter's count. Kerry sitting 267, 5 runs batted in, 8 hits, 30 at-bats, 1 run scored. Also a home run, 1-0. That's a strike on the outside corner, 1-1 coming up to the big man for the Black Bears. He had 5 home runs for Orange Coast College this season, 20 runs batted in. Does he have a big hit in him here to tie the ball game for the Black Bears or more? 1-1. Arboleda waves at it and misses, and now once again, for the 3rd time, the Cowlitz Black Bears down to their final strike. Black Bears had a really tough time scoring in this game. We're able to put 3 on the board here in the bottom of the 9th, looking for a little extra magic here. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner on second, and that's high and outside. 2-2. I think I missed the first one to Arboleda. There we go. Deuce is wild yet again. Different pitcher is Grillo, pitching from the extreme third base side. Here's the 2-2. Arboleda rolls over the breaking ball and is able to foul it away. Waste that nice pitch from Chase. And I know the Black Bears are behind here, but they're the ones that have put the 3 runs on the board in this inning, and all the pressure now on Chase Grillo. He's got to make himself a pitch, and it can't be too good, because this team all too familiar with the power of Kerry Arboleda. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. He deals, and it's fouled back. Arboleda, a great pure hitter for this ball team. Started off this season struggling and then has matched in the past couple of games against these Wenatchee Apple Sox. Can he continue that hot streak here tonight? On a brisk summer evening in Longview. Do the Black Bears have some storybook magic? And Arboleda swings and misses, strike 3. So Arboleda comes to the plate as Grillo able to pick out the 1-out save to end this ball game. But the Black Bears did fight their way back into this one. They were trailing 1-0 almost the whole game. Get 3 on the board in the bottom of the 9th, just barely not enough as they drop the series to the Apple Sox and drop this game by a score of 4-3. The Black Bears will drop to 5-7 on the season, 9-7-1 overall, and hopefully the Portland Pickles maybe drop this game so they can at least stay tied for 3rd for them. Ridgefield and Corvallis both ahead in their contest. The winning pitcher in today's game was the starter. He was excellent today for the Wenatchee Apple Sox. It goes to Hunter Salinas, held them down through 6 scores. The losing pitcher for today, unfortunately, is Tyson Guerrero. He only gave up 1 run in 5 innings, and the save goes to Chase Grillo. Your Cowlitz Black Bear of the game is Tyson Guerrero for those 5 innings of 1-run baseball. When we come back, we will be going over into your Cowlitz Black Bears post-game show right here on KEDO and YouTube. It is brought to you, as always, by the Daily News. So stick with us. We'll be back right on the other side of this break with some interviews with one of your favorite Cowlitz Black Bears. Don't touch that dial on KEDO and on YouTube. I just made a huge mess here in the press box. All of the food that I was munching on in between innings, well, I mean, 60% of it is in my stomach now, but the rest of it is all over the floor of my wonderful workspace. But none of you will have to see it out there, well, especially if you're on KEDO. You definitely don't have to see it if you are on there or on YouTube. But I'm here with Tyson Guerrero. Tyson, your second start with this team, another 5-inning affair, this time only surrendering 1 run. You were really dealing out there on the mound, and got a couple of guys with radar guns clicking it out there. Does it feel a little bit different when they're out there, or you just go out there business as usual?
Kind of feels the same to me, just going out there doing my thing, just acting like no one's here, and it's just me on the mound and just kind of going after the batters like I did out there and just kind of strike them all out and just kind of do my thing.
Yeah, he did get quite a few strikeouts out there today. Getting around guys, a little bit tough to throw strikes in certain environments today. What do you do when you notice that an umpire has a strike zone that's a little bit smaller? How does that change your game plan?
I kind of don't really change anything. I just kind of keep pounding the spots over and over again, and soon enough it'll break an umpire down to where they're going to call that pitch in that spot, and that's kind of what I did, and it worked out for me.
All right, sounds good. Now, today, this team, a lot of heart, a lot of drive, down late, scores 3 runs in the bottom of the 9th. What's the feeling in the dugout? I heard a lot of noise going on over there. How excited did they get when that first run came across?
They got pretty excited. I mean, it's kind of cool thing, down, I think it was 4-0,
yeah.
Down 4-0 and getting hits and getting runners and getting close to walking off the game gets pretty pumped up and excited about that, and it's kind of cool energy in there when that happens.
So your first start for this team was over in Corvallis, but you pitched here at LCC last year. How did it feel to be back?
It was kind of cool. I really enjoyed it. I mean, this atmosphere here, I love coming to school here. Too bad it got cut short season just because of COVID, but being back here, it feels great.
All right, well, we're happy to have you with the team, Tyson. 2 great starts for you so far this season. 10 innings, only 3 earned runs allowed, and today, unfortunately, the Black Bears drop a tough one by a score of 4-3. They come all the way back at the end and just fall this short right at the end, scoring 3 in the final inning. That'll wrap things up here on the Cowlitz Black Bears post-game show. Tomorrow, the Black Bears will take on the Bend Elks in the first of a 3-game set right here at David Story Field, 6:35 p.m. You can get your tickets at CowlitzBlackBears.com. All games will be aired right here on KEDO and on YouTube. Big thank you to Tyson over here to my left for being such a great interview today. Justin Ford, our television producer, back on the radio end, pushing all the buttons back there for KEDO, is Jacob Ackerman. My name is Zach Smolin. We hope to see you tomorrow at the ballpark or on the air. But until then, have a great evening. Stay frosty. Thanks, Jacob.